Welcome to Kranky Live Sports Talk, where passion meets action.
Hey sports fans, I am Kranky, and this is the Kranky Live Sports Talk, the podcast where we dive deep into the hottest topics, the biggest games, and the most controversial moments in sports.
Whether it's football, basketball, track and field, cricket, or soccer, we've got you covered with expert analysis, insider interviews, and unfiltered opinions.
Join me as I chat with the biggest names in sports, get exclusive insights and stories you won't hear anywhere else.
Kranky Live Sports Talk is where you can hear the real talk, the hard-hitting questions, and the hottest takes.
So, if you're a true sports fanatic, you don't want to miss out? Subscribe now to the Kranky Live Sports Talk on YouTube and hit that bell icon to never miss an episode.
Kranky Live Sports Talk, where sports come alive. Subscribe today.
Buenas tardes, everyone. How are you doing? How you doing? I was just bopping to a Kranky. Hey, me like the music, you know. Yeah. Love the 90s song. Dr. Dan, Joe Ross. Two of my favorites here this evening. How you guys doing? We're here to talk about a lot of things. Football gonna be part of it, obviously. I don't try to deceive with my thumbnail, so we will be talking some Cavalier and some Messi and those things. But as you know, I have a lot on my mind to talk about as usual, so that's not going to change. We will be doing that this evening. Bless up Float Management. Hey, Float, I got your thing earlier. Thanks. Bless up. You healed up earlier. Bless up, everyone. Today was a good day, and today was a good day, and today was a bad day. You know. I guess it can be both good and bad, right? Good in terms of we'll talk about this to my Arsenal team and how they did. Bad in terms of Kranky here, you were going on for the Inter Miami game. Yeah, you want people shot me. Go on. We'll talk about some of that. in Juras, yeah, every man them shot me. Now, and I'll touch upon that actually. But we'll start with some of this thing first. You know what? You know I do this, people, right? I don't just jump into the main topic, even though that's the main purpose of the show. I do talk about other things. So my first thing is about Zelensky and Trump. I did do a, I think it was a 21-minute video. Good evening, Talawa. Good evening, Krista. How you doing? Thanks for being here. And people, as you come in, please hit the like button. People, why may I have to beg for likes? I've been doing this since, what am I now? 9 months in, I think it is. I'm still have to beg for likes, people. Come on, man. No better, man. Come on, man. Better than that. But no, we're going to talk some politics first. We're going to talk some other stuff. You know, I like to touch upon different topics. And then we're going to jump into some Champions League. And then we're going to talk about Messi and Jamaica and those things. So we have a long list of things. I am the good Crystal. Yes, I'm very good since Arsenal played really well today and PSV rolled over. So, yeah, I'm good. So Trump and Zelensky, I did do a video. It was about 21 minutes talking about the situation with Trump and Zelensky. And it was interesting, actually, because I think sometimes people don't understand what place you are, where you are in your journey in life, what status you have, what resources you have, and how you behave in a certain environment. And I remember once, I've said this before, one of my partners, I worked for a big investment bank once, a while ago. And one of the partners one day told me, because, I always said, I'm right. That's it. I don't care what you guys want to say, I'm right. And a lot of times I was, even with some of the more senior people who didn't like it. But he said to me, yeah, Drew Ross, you did actually. And it was a pretty good comment, Drew Ross. And he said to me, being right doesn't make you effective. And it took me a little while to digest that. But even though Zelensky was right, he was wrong. So let me just touch upon that for 2 minutes. One is he was set up. And that scumbag J.D. Vance, and he's a scumbag because he's the one who, if you go read his history with Trump, blasted Trump before 2016, destroyed Trump before 2016. Now he's best friend with Trump, even though Trump was asked about him being ready for president and said no. So why do you make him vice president? He don't have any chance in hell to be president. Don't ask me. But so he's a scumbag in my eyes. But he was set up because Zelensky has said thanks. The whole thing when he was saying that Zelensky hasn't said thanks to the American people, right? And here's another thing people understand. When you're from certain cultures, and this may seem very generic, and this may seem that, Kranky, you are generalizing, but it's true. When you're from certain cultures, sometimes you have certain temperament. Like Jamaicans in general have certain temperament. Not every Jamaican has the same temperament, but there's a general temperament about how you operate and how you deal with adversity, right? And you can tell in Zelensky's world in Ukraine, they push back hard when pushed. And I don't think Zelensky is the traditional politician because he was a comedian, television personality who has been in this world for a long time. I understand. First of all, I've always said this to people. And I tell my staff this all the time. When I was in corporate, you got to prepare for your meetings. You have, because we used to do audits, and audit can be a very unforgiving, difficult, not a very thankful job. So you got to know who you're dealing with. You got to know what level, where they sit. You got to know their temperament. You got to know how they engage. You got to know who their personalities are. You got to know how to open discussion. So I'm going to give you an example of where I did this, I thought, really well. You guys ever heard about the term BRIC? Have you guys ever heard the term BRIC? B-R-I-C. It's a term, the BRICS countries. It's about 5 countries. There was a person at the firm I worked at. I won't say what firm. His name was Tim O'Neill. And he was the head of the research department. And he coined that phrase, right? He coined the phrase BRICS. Brazil, Russia, South Africa. It's sort of 5 countries. China is in that list. Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. Those are the 5 countries he thought, based on their population size, based on the demographics of the population, based on their educational background, that they were going to be the next superpowers in the world, but very good, excellent countries in the world. Right? Countries would do really, really well and progress really well. So he coined that phrase. So I had to go interview him, right? For I was doing a review of something. I had to interview him. But I was warned he was a diehard Man U fan and he hated Liverpool. Now I'm an Arsenal fan, right? So sort of warned, suggest what he would call it. And I was also warned he's a very, very difficult person. Even the head of legal for the business I covered was afraid of him. They're afraid of him. And I said, damn. I said, okay, I know what I'll do. So when I went to talk to him, it's an hour meeting. For the first 20 minutes, I talk football. I talk Arsenal. I talk Man U. I talk Premier League. I didn't touch Liverpool. I stayed away from Liverpool. And almost at the end of the 20 minutes, I made joke about, they're no good or whatever it is. And I walked away saying, I thought they said he was difficult. Because, and not to pat myself in the back, I prepared for the interview. I knew what question I wanted to ask him about the business, but I also knew what could break the ice in terms of engagement. Zelensky didn't do his homework on Trump. You have to kiss Trump derriere for him to want to feel good about you and want to give you good feedback, and you gotta ingratiate yourself to him. Otherwise, you're in trouble. Because I've never heard Trump say sorry about anything. And he's been allowed to be an asshole 24/7 and get away with it towards his entire career because he grew up rich and he grew up entitled. And he had Roy Cooney was his lawyer for years in New York who allowed him to get away with tons of stuff. So Zelensky, that's not part of Zelensky's DNA, and that's not how he operates. So somebody should have been, maybe the diplomat from Ukraine in DC, should have been engaging, talk to him and tell him whatever happened, just tell Trump how wonderful he is and when you want peace. That's what he should have said. Now, him not doing that shows you how reliant, not only Ukraine, but the world is on the U.S. And look, Trump is going to change how the world view the U.S., and Trump is going to change how the U.S. operate, and Trump is going to change how the rest of the world operate with the U.S. And I think China must be sitting there smiling their head off. So I don't want to spend all afternoon talking about it. But even though I think Zelensky was right, he was wrong. Now, Vance is an asshole and he did what he did. And Trump does what Trump does because he got to put you in a place and show the world. And I've always said this, Trump is a ghetto president. Now, ghetto doesn't mean poor. Ghetto is a sense of behavior. How do you operate? How do you behave? How do you conduct yourself? How do you engage in a certain environment, right? Some of it is show. Some of it is the standards you adhere to. You know, have none of that. Ghetto president. He may be rich, but he's a ghetto president. He operates that way, and his people love him because they're the ghetto just like him. Doesn't mean everybody supports him in the ghetto, but they're ghetto people. That's the way I view it. May sound harsh, but that's the way I view it. So Zelensky didn't. So now Zelensky is trying to walk things back and basically saying, "Look, I want peace." Because Trump wanted the Nobel Peace Prize, right? I think Obama may have gotten it, wouldn't he? So he wants that. So he wants to make peace in the Middle East, which will never happen, by the way. And he wants to make peace between Russia and Ukraine. But the one thing I'll say before I finish on the Trump thing, at least on this subject, is this, which is interesting. I have never heard Trump say anything bad about Russia. And this may be conspiracy theory. It's my perspective that Russia has something material on Trump. You can go back to the 1940s or World War II. There was a documentary on that the other day about a senator who was pushing against America getting involved in World War II. And just like what Trump has been doing with Russia, and they found out later on he was a Nazi sympathizer. They used to pay him. He died in a plane crash, suspicious plane crash, by the way, going to give a final speech. Obviously, America ended up in World War II, and we know what transpired. But they were just doing parallels between, on NBC, I think it was, or CNBC, between then and now, and you can see that the analogy sort of make a lot of sense. That's a Trump and Zelensky. So look, Zelensky can't win the war, period. And secondly, they have no chance in hell for a favorable agreement unless America backs them monetarily and weapon-wise. They have no choice. And the reason why Israel is so dominant in the Middle East, because America gave them weapons. So you can see the power of the US. But that power is eroding given China's emergence. And frankly, in life, you need balance. The second point I want to make is about tariffs. So we now hear, and I'll play this, Trump has a 25% tariff on Mexico and Canada. And he also have 10% on China. Plus they have 15% on China already. So not a good look, people. And the markets are squealing very, very hard. The markets are feeling the pain because the market thought they were going to have a business-friendly president who was going to do everything that they want. And apparently, it's not working that way, right? Because I think there's a misconception out there that, well, not misconception, the view from Trump and his team, because this is not Trump, people. There are people behind Trump. There are people behind Trump, right? He's just the executor. Yeah, look, I mean, I think everybody knows Ukraine got invaded. In fact, Crimea was taken over in 2014. And then 5 years later, Putin come back for the entire country and got surprised how much the Ukrainian pushed back. And you read the story of that, you realize that it was just a bunch of people who decided that, you know what? Because people expect them to be run over in about 3 weeks. And it changed dramatically. Obviously, Europe involvement in terms of weapons and money in the US helped to do that. But the Ukrainians are dying like flies, people. And the West is part of that problem. Now, what the West is very conniving and deceitful. The news of the West, I mean. Why do I say that? So they'll show you a lot of videos with Russians getting killed. Then I show you the Ukrainians getting killed. There's about 6.5 displaced Ukrainian in the world right now. And here's what's interesting about that. We have wars in Sudan, we have wars in the world. When any immigrants who are not Caucasian want to go to other countries because of their wars, they get pushed back and sent back and they die, nobody cares. 6.5 million Ukrainians outside of Ukraine being absorbed by US, by Europe and everybody else. So certain races stick together. Just saying. Big up, Conrad. Thanks for being here. So why US acting? No, the US is not acting like that. Trump is. So Dr. Don, this is not about the US acting like that. Trump is acting like that because Russia got something on Trump. You can't convince me otherwise. There's something there. He loves Putin. He's always supporting Putin. He's whatever rhetoric he's putting out there. In fact, there was something he brought up the other day, and I should have read it out. Same thing that the Russian spokesman is saying. Same exact thing. right? He's espousing the Russian view. Yes, Trump is saying this because I don't know why he's saying it, because he sounds stupid. He sounds stupid. Yeah, but Trump is a different animal, right? Trump is allowed to get away with anything. The Republican Party, which is supposed to be very conservative, which was anti-Russia, is now the Trump Party. And whatever Trump is, that's what the party is. And all these kiss, you know what, senators like, except for McConnell, who you know has gone very, very silent. But some of the other ones that you have on there, the J.D. Vance, who's now vice president, all of these individuals, the Cruz of the world, all of them just line up behind Trump or whatever he says. They don't want to go against him because you know why, people? And we have this in Jamaica too. It's very important. It's about the individual. For all those senators and congressmen you see, it's not about the constituent. It's not about the country. It's about them as individuals, right? So don't let anybody fool you talking about, oh, you know, I'm patriotic. No, you ain't patriotic. You're not patriotic. You're not patriotic at all. You may say that you are. You may think you are, but you're not patriotic. So Trudeau has come out and said, and I had the video to play, but somehow I can't find it, so I have to move on. But he's come out and said they're going to have retaliatory tariffs. Now, to me, all this is a tax, right? On both sides. So the government going to get more money in their coffers, and you and I going to pay for it. And same thing in Canada. And Canada, though, is being very smart about their tariffs. Their tariffs going to be on certain selected products. So, for example, there's a proposal to have 100% tariff on Teslas, which would then double the price of a Tesla, and also have tariffs on products that come from down south, because that's the base of the Trump MAGA party. So we'll see how that works out, actually. But it's a tough spot for Canada because when you have a trade imbalance and you're the beneficiary, just like China, it's tough. And Mexico is even worse. I think Mexico and China are worse than Canada. I think Canada have a lot of export. Canada's like the 51st state, a lot of import-export, but that tariff's going to hurt everybody. It doesn't help anyone. That's why the market is jittery, because it's going to restrict business. When you put tariffs on somebody, which means you charge them an extra fee on the product they bring to your country, and vice versa, somebody got to pay for it. The manufacturer can reduce their price, but they don't want to do that because they have to have some profit margin built in. So you put a tariff on and you pass on to the consumer and they pay for it both ways. So we'll see what happens. So it should be interesting. By the way, Trump has a presidential address this evening. I don't normally listen to Trump, so I can't listen to Trump. But he has I think it's at 8 p.m. tonight. So that should be interesting. I noticed that in Republicans have a lot of town hall nowadays. So the congressmen, and I don't see any senators, but people are angry. Now, I'm not sure if these are Democratic people that are bussed into these events, but some of them are running out of their own constituent town hall because people are upset for a number of reasons. One is all the Dodge type activities taking place. And people didn't realize this, but 1/3 of the federal government of about 2 million people are veterans, right? And they're firing people. They find a lot of veterans, people who have spent time serving the country, and now they're not being appreciated. They're getting fired. And they're firing people, and they're claiming savings which are not there. It's a mess. But, Trump just executes, and the racist, you know what, Elon Musk, he's the main instigator. But where he comes from going to come up eventually, because he's a U.S. citizen, but he's South African by descent. So we'll see what happens. Or he's born in South Africa, grew up there, but came to the U.S. to as one of those HB1, I guess, and see where he is now. Now, there's another topic, actually. I'm going to get to the football soon, people. Don't get impatient. There's a measles outbreak in the U.S., which is interesting. I remember having measles in Jamaica. I remember a lot of people having measles. And I remember they never thought of vaccines that are much better now. But it's interesting that Kennedy, who's the health czar, don't believe in vaccination. So we'll see how that works, people. Don't believe in vaccination. You have outbreak of things that we should be controlled. It should be interesting how that works out. Very interesting how that works out, because if you're going to push the anti-vaccine conspiracy, and that's the thing that can restrict or derail the disease, then I'd love to see how you manage that. And by the way, we talk about DEI a lot. and how bad DEI is. And I was watching an interview between Don Lemon and Elon Musk. That's why Musk kicked him off Twitter when he first got fired by CNN. And he was going about DEI and sort of inferring that minorities or in certain disciplines, like being doctors, are not good enough. And what's going to happen is that we're going to have deaths and all that because those individuals are not good enough. And we are hiring people who don't qualify. But as you hear me interview Dr. Don and others, we talk about this, everybody take the same exam. Everybody pass the same exam, right? But people like Elon Musk believe that the only smart people in the world are Caucasians. Nobody else is smart. They have superior intellect and they're superior beings and they should be afforded anything that comes to them and the rest of the world should just go away, which is really interesting. But here's my last point on Elon Musk, because he doesn't work a lot of time. Elon Musk runs a public company in Tesla. Public companies have boards. Public companies have shareholders. I haven't checked to see what percent of shares he has in Tesla. The board was trying to give him $50 billion the other day, which was knocked down by a judge in Delaware. That's where their headquarters. I'm sure they're going to move their headquarters, move it to Texas, where they can do anything they want to, because he's moved a lot of the operations from California to Texas. But what's interesting is that a lot of the members of the board are his friends. Because you know how boards work, right? I was going to write a paper on this. I probably still will do. You know what? I forgot to do this. So when I left corporate, I was going to write a paper on this. Boards members who you want to be in a board are normally recommended by management. Management are trying to put someone on a board who is going to be adverse to them a lot of times. That's a fact. So a lot of people on the board are put forward by the Tesla management team. Musk is the head. And therefore, in that situation, that board is not opposing Musk. Now, it's been alleged that Musk take a lot of drugs. All sort of drugs. That's been alleged. You name them, take them. But also been alleged that some of the board members also take the drugs with him. Now, board is overseen by the SEC. So I'm kind of curious as to how the SEC's manage all of this. Remember when he was trying to buy Twitter? He had to buy Twitter because he made certain comments and the SEC pushed him to complete the transaction. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works out going forward, because if you're a Tesla shareholder, and since, remember his shares went up exponentially after Trump won or around that time period, but has dropped precipitously since then. I think they're down about 40%. You're losing your shirt, especially if you went in late. So how does that work? Does the board do something, but they're his friends, so they won't? Because in most organizations, at least when I worked in corporate, CEOs have to sometimes talk to compliance department, the group that says, you can't say this, you can't say that, before they go to the public. Musk is doing all these things which are adverse to the company. Where's the SEC? Where is the board? Where are the shareholders? It's really interesting how that works. So Chris says Elon and his family own majority shares. I have to check that, Christopher. I would think by now they don't, but I have to check. And maybe that's why people can't necessarily. I have to check, because what's Tesla's valuation? Because I think he's down to what, 300 something or 200 something billion. He may not own majority share anymore. I have to check on that, because the question is, what are the shareholders doing? So I have a couple of gripes. So now I've finished with politics, quote unquote. I have a couple of gripes. One is, I got a parking ticket the other day in New York, right? But the parking ticket was given to me by a camera. Now, anybody who know me know this. They know this. I don't park my car in a zone where it shouldn't be parked. I'll park my car 2 miles away and walk the 2 miles. If I think I'm violating the law, I get a ticket. That's how I operate. So I would have friends who look at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, no, I'm not giving the government my money. So I got this thing in the mail and I'm looking at it thinking, what the hell is this? It showed me at a bus stop, and it showed me, it wasn't even, you're at a bus stop, people, you're not really parked at the curb. I must have stopped to let somebody off or something, right? It gave me, I got a ticket, $50 ticket for illegal parking. I'm still trying to digest that. No, I didn't fight it, because I didn't fight it? Because I feel I'm going to forget, so I always just pay them. I don't even fight those things. I feel I'm going to forget, and then they're going to double, and I just paid. I just like, I don't even remember being parked there. Seriously, because I know I wouldn't park. How you go park at a bus stop and leave your vehicle? That don't happen. It's so stupid. But I got a ticket. So I'm very upset. And a friend of mine just sent me, I think he got one too. Very, 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 very upset about it. I don't understand. We getting tickets. You know what tickets I got for speeding? I don't even speed. I put my thing on. Well, in the city, you may go 35 in a 25 zone or something like that. But I'm not speeding, but it must be like one every 2 months or once every month. I don't know what it is. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right. Last point before I go into sports is this. Yeah, now, Conrad, some things you don't fight because if you forget and it multiplies, then you just lose it, right? So I got my nephew actually fought a ticket the other day. He got a lawyer. He got a speeding ticket and he got disposed. And I was like, damn, I never thought about getting a lawyer for some of these things. But he got one. I have no idea how he got off because he was speeding. So don't ask me how he got off. He got the ticket dismissed. Obviously, it's worth it because there were like 3 points, whatever it is. He's telling me about it. I'm like, interesting. Then he told me he's going to stop driving because he won't get any more tickets, which I thought was just asinine. So last point on Stephen A. Smith. Sometimes in life, people, you achieve certain things and you feel good about yourself. You get carried away with yourself and you don't realize how you're coming across. To me, that's Stephen A. Smith. We have a lot of Uncle Toms in this country. Clarence Thomas, this Byron guy from Florida, the senator from South Carolina. They're a bunch of Uncle Toms. But Stephen A. Smith is trotting into that zone. He's becoming annoying, becoming something you can't even listen to anymore. He's one of them hidden Republicans who like to brag about how many Republicans friends you have in high places. Stephen A., we don't give a F. We don't. We don't care about who you know or who you don't know. We don't care about who you rub shoulders with. We really don't care. You think we do, but we don't. No, you make a lot of money and it's good. You're on TV all the time. That's good. You're loquacious. That's good. Very verbose. That's good. But we don't really care, Stephen A. Smith. And you're getting to be annoying. You're getting to be like other Uncle Toms. And I think you should be ostracized by the Black community if you continue in this trend. We allow some of our own people to get away with murder. They should be ostracized. Sorry. I think you should have a different view. We're not monolithic in our thoughts and how we operate. But some people, they have crossed the line. Like, I have a friend of mine. I won't say who he is. He always talking about Candace. How we need to listen to Candace. No. Candace, you have to go. We don't want to deal with you. We don't want when the other side push you back, you just come running back and act like, you know what, everything's okay. It's not okay. Go away. We don't want to deal with you, Candace. Stay far from us. You're annoying. We don't care how much smart you are. You were smart enough to use us to try to make money and bash us and berate us. Then we don't want you. People, get rid of them. We don't want to deal with them. All right. So enough about those other social stuff. Sports. Now, I did watch the Champions League games today. I watched the Villa. What do they call it? Bruges? People have different commentators say different name. But I watched that game today. I thought Bailey played well, by the way. I thought Bailey played well. Took his goal. People hit the like button when you come in. Half of you almost haven't hit the like button. Come on, people. Hit the like button. I thought Bailey played well. Sometimes Bailey hold on to the ball too long. See, I make decision quicker, but he played well and his goal was well taken. Club Bruges is better than I thought they were, actually. I know they came through their zone, but they're a good team. They're a very young team, but Villa has to improve defensively. But no, he played well and hopefully he gets form because we have games coming up in a couple of weeks. So I hope he gets form. We're going to need him to be on form. Even though we're playing St. Vincent Grenadine and everything's a walkover, everybody's stacking up nowadays, so it may not be a walkover. And then I see where, so maybe our players are coming to a little bit of form. And if that's the case, that's a good thing because we need them to be on form, given that the window is coming up close. And we do want our players to be on form so that when we get ready to play, we're not struggling, right? So I see where Shamar Nicholson, you see this here? Shamar Nicholson is now playing in Mexico, Liga MX. And you can see his numbers here. He's played 5 games, had 4 goal contributions, 1 goal and 3 assists, which is good. I also see some other information about his market value and where he played. But that's a good thing, actually. So hope Shamar continues to do well. And his form is coming at the right time. Because, frankly, we need our front players to be producing. Kanye West, we don't have the power. That's not true, Christopher Wisdom. That's not true. We have the power. We just don't know we have the power. So I don't want to digress from my direction now, since I don't want to go back from that. But I'll say this, which is about power and money. Hey, I told somebody the other day, I live in New York, and what I noticed that, I'll give you an example. The Hasidic Jews, they vote as one, and they only buy from each other. So if you have $1 and you spend in your community and it stays in your community, that may be $100, could be $10, $20. We spend outside our community. We buy from others. We don't give a damn about us, and that money goes out, and so we don't benefit as a community from that money. That's all I say. But no, league, dude, the Mexican league is a good league. So Boza, continue to score. We need your goal contributions. We need for you to perform well. And we want you to do really well, because we're going to need you, because especially since there's no Antonio and we don't see any other forward coming in. So Boza is it. Those of you who may not support him, I support you. Get on the train. So if Bailey's getting better, because today he looked decent. If Shamar's getting better, that's 2 of the 3 forwards along with Gray. Because I haven't heard anything about Greenwood. So I may not see Greenwood till World Cup time, if we get to the World Cup. But yeah, Shamar is the player, and hopefully he continues to play well. Obviously, he's a need, not a want, right? He needs to play well. We need him to play well. We need to perform, because otherwise it's going to be a rough period upcoming, given the 2 Gold Cup qualification games that we have. And then in the summer, we have World Cup qualification. So we do need him. Yeah, Conrad. But I think players need to play to feel good about themselves and to hit form. And sometimes when you are in a certain environment, you may be good enough, but don't get the opportunity. You start to remember that. It's not sometimes people are not good enough. And by the way, people, I have a show coming up. I was going to do it today, actually, and I changed my mind at the last minute. The show is going to be about, is Jamaica too dependent on the USA? I already wrote it, but I was going to do it this evening, actually. And I said, you know what? I may just do a video instead of a show. So I want you to watch it when it comes out. I think it's good. Well, what would I say that it's not good? But no, it should be a good show, actually. I wrote it already. I was going to go through it. I put together a presentation, and I said, I'm going to do some football instead this evening. Because I know how you guys operate sometimes. People, please hit the like button. 31 likes and 54 people watching. That's not a good return. So BM is saying, both are doing well. Bailey scored. Just need Gray and Cephas to start hitting form. Nothing from. Yeah, well, Gray's in Siberia, isn't it? That's why you call people who play way overseas. And then Cephas was injured for a while. I'm not sure what his situation is now. So we need everybody to play well. And we need some more players. I was watching Ramsey today and saying, I wish we had a recruiting team, because you know the JFF not recruit nobody. This is not JFF bashing day. So I know they want to go down the road, but they don't know how to recruit, or they don't want to recruit, or whatever it is. But they're not recruiting anybody. Now I saw some video the other day of somebody saying, I did talk about this the other day about Spence and Spence repping Jamaica. Yeah, Spence don't want to play for Jamaica. So I'm never saying. No, it's not a blessing, Conrad. Not yet. So let me just touch upon that before I go, because I will talk about that. I think Jamaica, in a lot of different areas, Jamaica lacks leadership in the people. Whether it's sports or social, Jamaica lacks leadership. Or they have leadership, quality leadership, visionary leadership, strategic leadership, thoughtful leadership. Jamaica lacks leadership. It is so obvious. If you think I'm lying, go look at Singapore and you'll see what I'm talking about. But anyway, let's go back to the football. But you should watch the video, because I'm going to talk about some of those things. Champions League today. Real Madrid beat Atletico Madrid 2-1. Rodrigo goal was a very good goal. The tie is not over, because they got to go back to Atletico Madrid's playing stadium to play. So Real Madrid may get through, because if they get through, then my team Arsenal has to play them. And then we see Lille drew with Dortmund away from home. So the away team drew, the away team lost, and then Arsenal, played PSV. I think one of the easier ties. PSV came to the Juventus group. I shouldn't say group, but when they played them in the last 24. And it was an easy game today. We don't have any center forward. We still scored 7. We could have scored 10. They could have scored 3 because they all pride first, but we could have scored 10. We could have scored 10. Conrad said we was a handout. Yeah, Conrad. It's a much deeper topic though, so we don't get into it tonight. But it's a much deeper topic actually. But it was 7-1, and it could have been more. It probably should have been more. My only disappointment is Sterling. Sterling looked like he's lost all confidence. The first ball he got, he just ran into somebody like he's blind. And the next ball he had, where he had Perisek, who can't run anymore because he's old. Just kidding. But he had him one-on-one wide to beat, and it's like he can't beat anybody anymore. He's just awful. So even though I'm a Sterling supporter, can't support him anymore. Not being a wagonist, but I support him to do well, but he's not playing well. I don't know. It depends on who they're playing. Oh no, I'm watching them tomorrow. They're playing PSG. I'm watching them tomorrow. Yes, of course. I am watching them tomorrow. But I wouldn't call them a big team. I think we're bigger than them physically. I would say they're a good team. But big team, they haven't won anything this evening yet. They're gonna win the Premier League, but they're gonna struggle to win the Champions League. And Champions League is probably more open than it's been in a long, long time. But you know how Real Madrid always find a way. Always find a way. Yeah, PSV they got run over. It was an easy game for Arsenal. Even Odegaard looked good scoring. Odegaard scored 2 goals, and he has no idea where the goal is. So that was crazy, people. Watching the game, I'm thinking, it's such an easy game. PSV's at home. Their fans are disappointed. They just didn't turn up. They look ordinary. There's no way I could see them coming back from the second leg. None. Because we are good defensively. I don't see us giving up 3 or 4 goals in a game. So, all right. So that was that. That was what? First 30 minutes? Because this show is only an hour, people. Let me talk Inter, Miami, and Cavalier. Right? Good subject. Good subject. So we've had this conversation quite a bit about Inter and Cavalier. And, I did a video the other day. And let me do this. I did a video, and I'm trying to find something here. Let me see if I can find it. I did a video, and somebody was perturbed at me. They sent me a message, which I thought was interesting. The message was not a happy one. Person was very perturbed at me. And I can't seem to find what they sent me. I wish I had it here someplace. But it's an interesting message. And let's just say Messi was on the message. Messi was there. Messi was on the message. And it was basically saying that Cavaliers brought Pelé to Jamaica. I keep saying Cavaliers, Cavalier. And now Cavalier also bringing Messi to Jamaica. Right? And then I saw this. Somebody just sent me this today. And this is from Barcelona, Fans Nation. Okay, they're Messi worshippers. Basically saying the game is sold out in an hour. It was more than an hour, people. Trust me. Because people were buying tickets before this even came materialized. Sold out in an hour. The CONCACAF game, Group 16. Packed National Stadium, 35,000 fans, blah, blah, blah. Right? All good. Barcelona. So it's worldwide, right? It's global. Now, it's pleasing to see one of the best footballers ever in Jamaica. Obviously, his achievements speak for themselves. The country, obviously, is absolutely buzzing because I've heard some of the comments being made. I'm wondering how many of the people who are going are actually in Jamaica or are from overseas. And I'm sure the tickets resale price are going to be exorbitant. So it is an historic moment for Jamaica football, even though Messi's on his second to last leg. It's an historic moment. And the hope is that he actually does go to Jamaica. I think he will. But the first leg will say a lot about that, right? And if you're Messi, you probably want to play in Jamaica. You want to play as many countries as possible because you only help with your legacy. So BM says Inter will beat. No, what's it? It says Inter will beat Carol like they stole something. Now I have a video of people want to play for no. I've got to play this. So let me see if I can find it. Let me take this. Let me see if I can find it. It may not come up actually. Because I thought this was interesting. It's not coming up. Wow. Yeah, no, here it is. It may come up.
But the first time I went to the
this people. This is this. This is when I interviewed Rudolph.
This time I went to the final.
Listen to this.
I'm learning as we speak. So I went up to Cincinnati.
Let me start though.
But the first.
So this is when you remember last year, Rudolph team played Cincinnati. I think subsequent to that, I interviewed him. This is when we were on speaking terms. Right now, we are on what we are like Zelensky and Trump. Actually, it's probably worse than Zelensky and Trump. People may stop and drink some water because I don't hit the like button. I may get vexed now. I don't know some temperamental already. 38, 68, and I hit the like button, people. And the like button. May I drink some water and cool off. Can I get me upset? Half hour and hit the like button yet. Come, people, no, stop that, man. Stop that. May I take a break? People, none the like button not even move. Okay, we'll see who have more patience. Me or have more patience. Let's see. Me not no patience. So if the like button now move, then me not talk. Me tired for them thing, you know. Why? Now where me don't know? Me not do more. Hey, you know something? Me not do no more football. As soon as the two work Gold Cup them done, me not do no more football because me do some other programs which I work out well. We just do a video upon a short and Zelensky. And by the numbers, them, I smile by the numbers, them. So it's a numbers business, you know. So if the normal people come here don't want to hit the like button, because someone don't want to hit the like button for the business, then me stop the them time thing. I do other things where you give me more likes. Because that means I don't like the program, so I don't even know why I don't come for no one like it. Now get me out miserable now. I don't know why, if you don't like the program, why not come? If me there run on about time prepare for them thing and I don't like it, why not come for? This show is about likes. Bless up. Oh, anyway, and good evening. How you doing? But anyway, so I'll play this now. This is when I interviewed Rudolph. Now, people, so Rudolph played Cincinnati last year and we know what happened, right? I interviewed him subsequently. Someone sent me this excerpt. I didn't put up the excerpt now. Maybe get things on people. Even for my own program, other people are sending it to me. Sometimes one of the things I mean just no, so people are sending me things. Come people hit the like button. Me now move until they reach about 70 because of 53 and 80 people. 84 people. Me now hit until they go about 70. Me get a 10% window, so I probably have 70 something. Me now talk until they go about 70. Me just talk about anything else. You know, me just talk about Trump. My favorite topic. Me just start enough politics topic. But the Jamaica, you know what? Me not Jamaica politics because I've been told I shouldn't venture down certain roads and leave it alone. People, if you don't go to 70, me not talk about no football, so I can't stay there. Don't hit the like button. We're not going there. I mean, I'm trying to butt up nobody. I've been very, very good over the last since like November. I must say one time I complain about this, but I'm tired, man. I'm tired. G's Kranky not grew up yet. You still at throw tantrum, but like G's can give me yeah. Like G's game again. Yeah. Claudine, as I said before, if I reach a 70. I am not speaking. People, may I tell you now, may I do me at a topic them what me also like, we'll stop the Jamaica football. Because I think Jamaica crowds a lot of times are unappreciative. So I appreciate you guys coming here, but not appreciate me. Because appreciation is likes, Claudine. You may not realize that, but it's likes. That's how I told the algorithm work, and it now work for me right now. But they are running more, take time out. Me, I'm hungry enough people, dinner yet, you know. I'm not like eat past 7 o'clock. What time is it? 7:46. See, because you eat past 7, in a workout, your metabolism slow down. You know, you put on weight. Bad man, no, sir. I advocate against badness. Kranky, about you might approach him for Messi not playing against them. Yeah, I've heard about that actually. People will still need 11 more likes, for me to start talk again. Want to finish it. People know on there all night, Or you know what I do? You know what? No, the like one. I'll cut the show short. I'll say one thing and I'll cut the show short. Seriously, I'll cut the show short. Claudine, me not anything like Claudine. I appreciate you guys being here, especially people like Drew Ross and Float and all the people, but me can't put up with the nonsense, people. Me not have the temperament for them thing there. Me come like a Trump with temperament, See how Trump stay? So me stay, no. You began tell you, but them kind of temperament me have. DC says, I will not be watching that. Me take this down. Me let me put this up. Me take it down. I will not be watching that ridiculous address to Congress. Me also put them in the comment, and people come. Me not talk about what I want to talk about. I will not be watching that ridiculous address to Congress tonight. Anytime I tune in, I always click the thumbs up button. DC, I appreciate you. Yeah, some people have left. Good. One of the right button on leave. I appreciate that. 62. We need 8 more likes, people, and we can start again. If you're vexed, people, I always say this, because I'm not better than anybody. If you vex me, I don't like it, then you can't leave, people. Me not fight you. I am not upset at you. If you say, you know what, Kranky, can't stand you, I'll leave. Then my first question is, why are you here? That's how me operate in life, Me not go nowhere. Me not appreciate it. Yeah, Conrad. Should be interesting. Let me finish the show. Let me just do this and done, people, because me not like it tonight. I get tonight. I'll finish the show and then. So this was Rudolph. When I interviewed him, this was an excerpt from this, a clip from what he said about Cincinnati, why there was a difference in the two teams, and what they entail, right? So let me play this. Here's what he said.
But the first time I went to the Caribbean Cup, I didn't go past the first round. This time I went to the final, because I'm learning as we speak. So I went up to Cincinnati, and they were just leaps and bounds ahead of us in certain things. I'm not saying as player. I thought after 6 goals, we gave away at least 4, to be honest.
Okay.
And then, so we'd have given away at least 4 of the 6 goals. And then the technology that they have, that is the most significant thing. They had somebody in the crowd filming the game, running it through some computer software, and they could tell the bench where all my weaknesses are.
Interesting. So how they do that? Which is, they have an AI that points out what formation, strategy, what is it pointing
where the
out?
weakness is, who is coming out of position most, who is passing to who, and they were getting it in real time. That is the most significant thing I learned. And my thing is to say, we need to find a way to counter that, or we have to go find the equipment or something. So that is what I'm working on now, because that to me is what probably is the difference between us, between 3 and 6 goals. I'm thinking.
So from what Rudolph is saying, I'm only get about 3 love from Miami. Sorry, I'm so harsh. But so what Rudolph says is there are a number of areas which Cincinnati were better, but the main thing was the technology. So having said that, I would assume that anybody in life who, if they realize what the deficiencies are or what they need to enhance, that he would go out and get his technology, and so he should be in a better place to compete, right, people? So we'll see how that works out. I find that very, very interesting, actually. By the way, somebody sent me that, then beat me. They see let him get away with that. I was like, what are you talking about? They're like, I watched the game. It was the players on the field. It was no technology was the difference. The players were just much better in Cincinnati. So that was interesting. In find equipment. I don't know if you find it, but he said they had somebody, I guess maybe a data analysis who are with data, using data analytics. And he thought the technology was the difference between the two teams. So I figure a year on later, now they have equipment, they should be in a better place. Well, clap, no Messi. Bless up Tuffy Rudy, thanks for joining. Bless up Jason Gunnar. I assume that better technology will put you in a better place so you can do better. Now look, Messi is a global phenomenon, right? Everywhere he goes, he sells out stadium. Fans line up. So the Argentina Mavs are cry because they win the World Cup, make it 10 times better. So for Jamaica, he's never been on the island. If he goes there, bless up Jeremiah and bless up Chris, it's a great thing, actually. If he goes to Jamaica, it's a great thing. And ever since the match was announced, Fans have been scrambling for tickets. I'm sure all the hotels them gonna be full up because me sure say half the people them come from foreign down there, whether the Jamaicans or not, they go to the game. And I assume that ticket price is gonna be double and triple. I thought about buying some tickets, just to give away, and I decided I'm very disappointed I didn't do so. Actually, I should have bought some tickets actually, not for resale purposes, just to. Because my niece and nephew are in Kingston going to college there, and I was gonna buy them tickets, and by the time I realized it was too late. But I also think it's going to be a madhouse at the stadium, frankly. And even though when you go to Champs, the crowd is different, people. The crowd is different for different events, Football crowd a little bit harder. Football crowd is a little bit harder, so it's going to be an interesting thing. But I do think the game will be because anyway, Messi go, media is going to be there, so Jamaica will be in the limelight at least for a night. Because most politics I do, Claudine, I do them videos. I don't do live shows because they're different crowds. They're much more appreciative. This crowd is not appreciative. Well, some of the crowd is not appreciative. Shouldn't say everybody. Paint by the same brush. My crowd that I do for social events, a social commentary, are much more appreciative. I'm not even questioning them for likes. I'm just like before them come in, Claudine. So apparently you don't come to my more social discussions actually. So look, you're gonna have Jamaican celebrities, you're gonna have reggae and dancehall artists, hey people, we're gonna have enough at all because of election time, nice summer, enough politicians on the day. You bad. In the Prime Minister, I'm sure today. So the match is really bigger than football. It's an event. It's like you go Chris Brown concert. What them call it? There's some freedom concert thing, when and nothing like Champs. It's a who's who. I'll tell them thing there. It's an event. It's not a football game. Cavalier is gonna be second half. Can you think about that, people? So me have a thing for dragons, So many of you like to beat the check about I'm Jamaican. I'm so proud of Jamaica and I'm Jamaica this. I'm gonna go Chris Brown concert. I'm gonna go freedom concert. Who get free again? Somebody get free, right? I remember who get free. When them lock up the person. But anyway, so I'm gonna go Chris Brown concert, go freedom concert. But I know I go. I'm Messi things out in an hour. And when Jamaica play, the stadium empty. I just the other day someone was like, "Guys, stadium." I don't know a cost, so no traffic for 2 hours. I bet you don't know a cost for going to traffic for 2 hours for watch Messi. Yeah. So me even Maverick I complain, but I was close to the stadium and it took 2 hours to get up there. I don't think Maverick going to the game. Come here, somebody same now go. But I best no found now go cost when on there traffic, figure out the stadium. But not cost when I go watch Jamaica play. And Jamaica, your country is supposed to love. And Messi a foreigner, come from Argentina. And still me confused. Listen, me understand human beings, See Claudio, me confused, Claudio. Me totally confused, Claudio. Me understand human beings on them operate. Stadium full up. For the shot, man, come out, come play. But you don't know how to watch Jamaica play. I don't say I'm a nationalist. I'm a patriotic. Why? I mean, I understand, star. But maybe because Messi coming to Jamaica is a one-time event, so you should understand that Jamaica play at home all the time. Now, if you think about the game itself, so what do you guys think the score is going to be? I have my own ideas. Look, I'm not running Cavalier, but if I was running, first of all, the game is big, right? It's going to help the economy because I know people are coming and people come in and spend money. Hotel, food, transportation, money are run, which is a good thing. So Cavalier the economy, and I'm sure, it'd be good today. I'm gonna call him one name, but I'm not calling the name. I'm sure the not the president or the chairman. I'm sure the coach of Cavaliers. No, that's not the person. I'm sure the owner of Cavaliers, because hey, people, I'm sure that somebody sent me something there now. Somebody sent me a thing today about the owner of Cavalier. They asked me a question and I can't answer it. They said the man who owns Cavalier is the owner, he's the coach, he's the technical director, he's the head of the technical committee for JFF. Is a managing director at credit union. He have about 10 job people. I'm counting about 10 jobs. So I'm not looking to do them good, but he might do something good. The games is on Fox Plus on Thursday, right? Fox Sports on Thursday. At least in the US. I have to look up where another place where it is. I may, you know what, people? Should I do a watch along? Me ask, you know. Uno, tell me whether or not we should do a watch along. Tell me if you do a watch along, people. I will not do one unless you tell me to do one. Seriously. Dead serious. If you guys say I should do watch along, I will do one. If you say no, Kranky, leave that alone, I will leave that alone. So I'm gonna ask you guys to tell me if I should do a watch along. But the owner, you know something, and it's kind of funny. Because you know when he came in my program the other day, Rudolph came in my program, and he was cussing and carrying on about everybody knows he's the owner of Cavalier. I heard him again interviewed by Maverick. And he said he was a coach and technical director, and he said the owner. So everybody knows you're Coach Cavalier. It doesn't understand people, the hypocrisy people. You feel some people like idiot. That's why I get vexed sometimes with Rudolph. You know? You try to treat like you're some fool with no sense. He said you're the coach and the technical director, you know, say nothing. He never say, I don't need no Maverick, no, you're the owner. Now, here's the thing. Everybody knows you're the coach. So why you ever say you're the coach anymore? Right? They don't know you're technical director. You never say you're the owner. You never say you're the owner. You know why you not say you're the owner, Rudolph? Because you get some money for winning the Caribbean Cup, and you get some money now from this whole thing I sell off. You know, nobody know. Me don't want nobody come beg you, because you know, so Jamaican bad mind. I always say, because you say me bad mind. So, BM says 6-0. I don't think it's going to be 6. I think if you just stay in your box, you can. Well, PSG gets 7 today. PSG gets 7 today. Possible. KW Media said, Kranky, the difference with the national team and those you're referring to is the people view them as offering better entertainment value than the national team. Probably. You're probably right about that. So there'll be a bunch of Brando said there'll be a bunch of Argentina jerseys in the national stadium, just like when Messi played us. Yeah, possibly. They probably will be, actually. They probably be. Because Cavalier's not on crowd. You know. Cavalier's not bring no portion of crowd for, because Cavalier's not on the home team. They're not like Waterford or Portmore or any other place there. So, yeah. But look, hotels, restaurant, local vendors, especially local vendors, go stadium, go sell bar and lounges, are full up. So it could inject millions in Jamaican economy, you know. No, don't doubt that. Don't doubt that. Football bring people together. When you go to those events, money spent. So it will be a very exciting event for the Jamaica public. And the game will broadcast worldwide, no people. So I would suggest the Cavaliers, they're not good enough to training. By the way, Cavaliers have Cafu and Roberto Carlos on them team. So them supposed to good panel. 2 wing back, them are 2 right and left back. Them supposed to all right. Because me said them have Cafu and Roberto Carlos like players. So if them have them player, them should be able to compete. So I'm looking forward to the game, you know. So you guys haven't told me, you know, should I do a watch along or should I not do a watch along? Money Pro, so Cavaliers is gonna win. Okay. Money Pro, you put some money on that? In Money Pro, you put some money on that. Cause you have to bet with you have to bet, you know, if you're so confident, you know. BM says Jamaica is the only place the owner is coach, marketing person, and club administrator. Yeah, Buckle Washer too. By the way, him always say him transfer budget is 100,000 Jamaican. I guess it should be increased this year. You know, people say me I watch about money, so I stop that. I don't want to talk about the money. But him saying him is 100,000 Jamaican and transfer budget. So at least him can have about 200,000 Jamaican now, given that he's done really well this year. And look, let's be fair, people. Rudolph should get his flowers, right? Because Rudolph has done really, really well. He's won the Caribbean Championship, which is a big deal. Not just the money thing, you know. It's the, you know, so we don't really value Caribbean thing per se. Me, I always talk about that because we're talking about CONCACAF. But he came to the Caribbean and now he's in the last 16. And if he beat Inter, he's going to be the last 8. Right? And he beat Inter and beat Messi. So, you know, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Yeah, Chris, and that's why he and I have problems, right? Because I actually like Rudolph, you know. I think Rudolph has a lot of potential, and that may sound a little bit condescending, but seriously, I think he has potential. But I can't be a hypocrite. I didn't say so. Money Pro said so. Ted Dexter, Money Pro said gonna beat. Covered is gonna win. I can't be a hypocrite, people. I can't say I'm a Jamaican nationalist. I am for the country, love the country. And then I see things going wrong. And I do like what the Republican Party does in the US with Trump. They disagree, but they close their mouth. They don't say nothing because they don't want to be on his bad side. I'm not afraid of being on Rudolph's bad side. He may not like me. He may think, he sent me a message the other day. Come here, call him out tonight. I'm sending me a message. It was a very rude message, by the way, because he said I was deranged. So that's why I call him out in public, because when you disrespect me with Rudolph, I know, so when Rudolph disrespect me with people, more than one time do it, I don't even go back hard at him. I just send him some pictures. Because I think about these things that people, because when you come at me hard, I come back hard in the butt. But sometimes I do it very subtle. When him come hard at me and show me Messi thing and Cavalier this and that, we just send him some pictures. You know which picture I send him? I tell him the other day, I send him now. I sent him the 4 junior team from Jamaica and where they are now. They're gonna be watching the Messi game because they're not playing no football. Not one of them qualified. So when him try to beat me and him a show off with the Messi thing and team sellout, like he will impress me. Me impress Messi I got Jamaica. Me not impressed. Me glad Messi got Jamaica play football, so Jamaica can see him in person. But me not run down people. Me not go watch Messi play at Giant Stadium. Me not go watch Messi play at Jamaica. Not because me not like Messi. I would admit me a big fan of Argentina getting them history with black people. I'm just kind of stay that way there. And I hope Cavaliers beat Messi. Seriously. I hope Cavaliers beat Messi. Are you up the way he handled your big player King Kranky? What do you handle him? I'm not familiar with that. But I agree with Chris Smith though that he wants the best player for his team. I don't think Rudolph. I've never seen Rudolph at a game outside of Jamaica. When the team travels, when I go to Dallas or when I went to St. Louis, I don't think Rudolph is there. Rudolph doesn't really care about Jamaica national team. I don't think he may be the one in some transfer the coach. Rudolph care about Cavaliers. I'm frank about that, people. I'm not talking in hiding. I don't think Rudolph care about Jamaica that way. I think he's more cared about Cavalier. That's my opinion. And Cavalier is doing well and Jamaica not doing well. Now he should ask himself this: why is Cavalier doing well and Jamaica not doing well? Even though they're still in the Caribbean because they're now playing in CONCACAF, so we see how they do. But Jamaica team will win the Caribbean events and then they go to CONCACAF and they fall flat on their faces. So let's see what Cavalier does. And so last year, technology was a big factor in 36 goals. They give up 6 goals last year, and that's people. And this Inter team may be better than Miami. So the question is, how much did the Cavaliers improve? So we'll see what happens. Triple E says, are the Jamaica Ball going to put on an exhibition show to prove that they're more skillful than Messi? Nah, I actually think the players will play within themselves. They have to, right? They need to soak up pressure and then try to counter. Yeah, Drew Ross. I don't support Argentina. I would never support Argentina. Argentina had ethnic cleansing. They tried to kill off all the black people over there, send them to war, ostracize them. I could never support a country like that. But I'm not against Messi. In fact, I rate Messi. I rate Maradona too. But when I found out about Argentina history, I turned me off. I was just like, no, anybody don't like my people? I don't have any time for you. Can't. So when I don't jump around Messi and Argentina, that's not me. I think we as a black people have a problem. We should not support anybody who not support us. Let me repeat that again. Because I'm not going on politics tonight. Me not support nobody who not support Marias. That's why I would never buy a Tesla. I was looking at cars, I still I look on them and look good. But anyway, I would never buy a Tesla. I would never buy a Cybertruck. I would never have anything to do with them because I know Elon Musk don't like my people. So why would I support you any way, shape, or form? Are you out of your mind? No, not happening. If you're anti-black, then you're anti-me. So why would I even engage you? I must be out of my you-know-what mind. Please. Not happening. So I would never support Argentina. You go watch documentary, I read some history on Argentina and black people, you'd be amazed. At least Brazil tried to crossbreed. Argentina tried to kill them off. So I ban Argentina from my list of countries I would ever support. I don't cheer for them. I don't support them. When you see Fernandez with the comment that he made when they won the other day and people were forgiving him, nah, not happening. Jason, look at the end of every schoolboy football season. Look how much talent end up at Cavaliers and then never see the talent again. Should be spread out over. Yeah, look, I think, and I've been saying this, people, right? Which is, we have to find a way in Jamaica. Look, I did call somebody from the JFF the other day and they called me back, but I gotta reach out to them. They may not be watching the program. I'll reach out to them. I do want to help Jamaica football. People think I'm looking for a job. I'm not looking for a job. in like advice, right? Because I do think that there's so much that can. That's why you may have this platform that people. The criticism is not just to beat, The criticism is to wake up people so them can understand that we can do better. We have a lot of people with intellectual capital can do better. Go leverage them. Go engage them. The other day we couldn't play no football because ref no get paid, and it wasn't even a lot of money. I think it was like what $10,000. I counted that to be. Like that's ridiculous. People don't get paid for 4 months, and it's a league, a professional league. That means I'm not support the football, but no watch Messi. When I spend 30,000 plus, I go to National Stadium and go watch Messi. But now watch local football. I'm not saying I'm a football fan. Not a football fan. Not some flavor fan. If you're a football fan and the ref them can't get paid Jamaica, that means the league now make money to pay them. Right? Man say 8 million. It's 8 million. It's a joke thing, people. Joke money and joke thing. Yeah, they got paid now. I heard somebody said the JFF paid them, right? But if you're not paying your ref for months and you have a professional league, that's a joke. So there needs to be more sponsorship for that league and more money into the league. Somebody mentioned to me that JFF paid them. I'm not sure if that's true or not. But regardless, that should not be the case. And those ref who get so much beaten, ref to get paid. If me have to get paid. That's me not gonna ref no much. All right? Because ref always get abused, verbally and otherwise. Make a bad decision like they're not human and people abuse them. So Conrad says even the semi-professional league. Me know enough Bush League at Brooklyn. Ref get their money all the time. Okay, you know what? We have to pay the ref. So when I used to play football in Brooklyn, we would go to the match and we collect from the people we know can afford it. Okay? Somebody bought them now pay. You start going and collect money from people. See some man start look like say, boy, they might look for the star. You go to everybody and say, the ref need to get $100. So we need $10 from everybody. Sometimes you have to put in 20 or 30 or 40 because some man start look up in the year. You don't can afford it, Or some man think everybody, me yourself, I don't call it a name, I almost call it a name. Every week him forget him wallet, people. Him wallet, I just forget it. Me don't know him drive without license, see, I have insurance. I know him keep them in car. But a man that every week him forget him license. No, him forget him wallet. Because you have to pay the ref. But we never play a game yet or any tournament where the ref don't get paid. Because we collect the money and pay them. So, and it's not even a ton of money in Jamaica. Seriously, it's not. Cavalier is not like Jamaican team. Couldn't make a Jamaican team. He is Jamaican on the team. I think a lot of people will be disappointed because I don't see Messi playing the second leg in Jamaica, especially Inter. No, I think he'll play. I disagree with people on that. And here's why. If you're a player and you're a global player and you understand your reach and your impact and your influence and how people you sell out a stadium in 1 hour, they ain't selling no stadium to watch no damn Inter. They're not trying to watch Suarez or Busquets, right? They're not trying to watch. They come to watch Messi. Inter recognize that. Messi recognize that. No, if they're up a lot of goals, they may only play him for 1/2 and some minutes. But Pelé came to Jamaica, so why should Messi go to Jamaica? Pelé was in Jamaica in the 70s, right? So yeah, I think he'll play. And I think he'll enjoy it. Those players like the worship they get. He's like a little demigod, He set out the game in DC. I think he set out games where they have AstroTurf, right? So I think he does want to play an AstroTurf because he's getting seasoned like Drew Ross, so he doesn't want to play an AstroTurf. No, I think he'll play. Whether he plays or not, Cavalier already make their money. When them come to Jamaica or not, first of all, Cavalier didn't promise that Messi gonna be there now. So if you buy a ticket and Messi not play for your business, you're not get back your money. There's no refund. Okay? So look here where you want to go. It's your problem. Good evening, CC. Good evening.
Well, Kranky, you come like you can't find up the formula,
The what?
I say you come like you can't find up the formula.
CC, your thing sound bad, na CC. So repeat that, CC. I apologize.
Hold on. Come in, I don't know why.
It's the lines, the connection. Don't be like the JFF though. Don't blame it on anybody else. Just take the blame feed.
Yeah, hear it now?
I'm hearing you. Yes.
Yeah, cause I don't know on the AC turn on and thing, I not to carry on, I not hear.
I had the fan turn on. Go on. Let me know some of you say Jamaica.
Hey, me never know, AC. Hey, Kranky, don't run, put it in. Well, man, Kranky, how can you get that one, man?
When I was in Jamaica, when I'm out AC now, I made us look, just put me out the window.
All right,
And-
so that
and
when
the sun
that
still-
tell us the Kranky,
sun still a burn me. Sun still a burn me.
when that tell us the
I'm
Kranky.
going to say one tree. I'm in Jamaica. We never know AC. Go see one big tree.
All
And
right,
just
so
feel the
that
breeze.
so
Yeah.
that is telling you, Kranky, that the economy is better than it was ever before. Hey, Kranky, you know
Yeah.
what I want to ask you? I
Yeah.
don't know your political show this tonight. A lot of persons are talking as if they want to go back to the 90s, right? You know, when
When
interest,
the financial services crash, well, keep
when the
going.
interest rate was at 45% and inflation was at 40%,
Yeah.
the people are actually saying things were better.
It's an interesting question, right? Because the question is, where's the country more self-sufficient?
Let me tell you the problem.
I think the 70s was better than now, to be honest. Not better than now, but better than a lot of times that people think. Because go ahead.
The problem is this, Kranky, right? But then we did have as I said, self-sufficient. We were producing stuff. The problem is that based on the lending, because I don't think we had the credit bureau at that time. You weren't taking. They didn't have credit score being taken and all of these things.
Right.
So, in terms of people borrowing money and the interest rate at which people were borrowing, all of these things were loose. So,
Yeah.
in this current era that we're in, the government has taken a position to focus on the macroeconomic stuff in terms of at a country, industry-wise, financial sector, agriculture. If you want to look at tourism sector, they're looking at sectors. But the average person is saying they don't understand because they're not feeling it in their pocket. But I want to ask the average man this question, Kranky. Are they eating chicken back? Are they eating chicken?
Chicken foot.
So the thing about it is now,
Yeah.
the quality of the food that they're intaking right now
Yeah.
is far different than the quality of food that they were taking 10 years ago.
That's a good point between bun and cheese and just pure carbohydrates. Some more diversified.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Precisely. So you have a lot of persons who now can afford vegetable, them can afford all of these things. And I'm telling you, people who them probably would have just eat bun and cheese or flash out, tin mackerel and rice, tin mackerel and rice, tin mackerel and rice.
Hey, me tell some CC. So I go to high school. Me eat bun and cheese every day. No, bun and cheese. Me eat patty and cooked bread every day.
All right.
5 days a week. It was patty and cooked bread. Seriously. 5 days a week, because I grew up with my great grandmother give me money. I remember now. And by the way, me know some. I put this in my book, so I'm not gonna talk about it. But you know what? I'm not talk about it. I put it in my book. Go ahead.
But I'm just
go ahead,
all right.
CC.
So when I started high school, I wasn't. All right. For example, look at it now. Forget a bank account now, Kranky. You don't really need much. I think you need an ID. You don't really need much. I think the amount of stuff that you needed before
Yeah, true.
is cut down ridiculously. I don't think you need a JP. You probably just need to know if somebody had an account at the bank and you need your ID, and that's it.
You know, CC, you know why it's better then though? You know why it's better? To me, fundamentally, it may not be better economically, because I do think that the population is diverse and the composition of resources and funds that people have are diverse. But the crime rate, especially the killings and the lawlessness, to me, it worsens year after year. Now, people talk about the politics time, but in the early 80s, in the 80s, 79, 80, when this was happening, was more concentrated, right? Now the crime is widespread. So I think there's much more fear in the environment, even though there's much more money in the economy.
All right, that's the thing, though. I think, as I said, there's much more fear in the country right now.
Yeah.
But there's more money being circulated in the country. The problem is that, Kranky, I think a lot of people, they're looking from the neoclassical concept, supply and demand, where supply and demand drives the market, rather than to look from a top-up approach when you're looking at industries. And you know that depending on the monetary and fiscal policy can drive growth within the economy. So I think that is the problem where a lot of people are struggling with when the government talk about above the line, below the line, they don't understand.
Yeah, so I want to talk too much about this, Stacey, because I do have a show I'm coming up on this. I may have to do the live show tomorrow, people. People don't have to tell me, should I do a, if I hear the watch along, if I do it, I not do it. I mean, if I show me I do on Jamaica too, depending on the US, it's important because what CC's talking about also marries into this is that I realized in doing my research that Jamaica is in trouble, actually. I'm sure you realize that, CC. So if Trump decided to treat Jamaica and treat Zelensky, if the US sneeze, Jamaica dead. Anything? If the US sneeze, Jamaica want life support. Now that may change with China. No, if the US sneeze, me I tell you, hard Jamaica want life support.
Because all right, look.
Because about 40% of Jamaica GDP come through the US.
Because a lot of these economies, Kranky.
Tourism and remittances is mainly US have 67% of remittance come from US, you know. And similar for tourism. So about 40%. Yeah.
My thing is that we can't produce at the rate of the Mexicans, Kranky.
No, we can't. But CC, we're not talking about that tonight, but trust me.
We're not talking about that tonight.
The leadership has to pivot and change and focus on STEM. The Jamaica not going away.
Yeah, but the number one thing that I think we should do, term limit. Because you see, if you have a government, you know, Kranky, that is going to be like the government from 1993 till 2007. We are going to be in the same situation again.
But are people receptive to term? No, what I'm going to do is allow diaspora people to vote in the election. That's
well, that can't, but I'm just saying we need term limit as well. I don't think we need to have one man running the country for more than 8 years.
Yeah.
We don't need that. Because guess what happened? That breeds, when they say absolute power corrupts, but power corrupts absolutely. So whatever the thing is.
So 1 second. Michelle Sawyer says, I'm living my best life in Jamaica. And many of us would like to be like you, Michelle Sawyer, but we can't take certain pressures.
Kranky people that live in Jamaica right now are earning USD while living in Jamaica.
I know. Because some of them can work remotely.
Money is in the economy, Kranky. Because the amount of building, Kranky, commercial-wise, there's no the amount of building that are up, but
a foreign money in FCC and another diaspora money, a foreign money. If you have Jamaica money in a Jamaica, I do them thing the Jamaica TC. Too much foreign dependency, because when it's foreign dependency, you know, if the US decide to get mean and say, you know what, no more returns go back to Jamaica, I can't do that. And when I say no tourists at Jamaica, what Jamaica do?
Listen, as I said before, they probably just, as I said, need to pivot. But you say I go have another show about it.
Yeah.
We touch on the football.
Yeah.
So you say, Messi Mania takes over Jamaica.
Yeah. Isn't that true? You disagree with that kind of sentiment? If you still have if you still have the tickets, them CC in a no time. And you know, Jamaican type with their money. $100 for VIP, right? Figure.
What's that? I ticket them sell out.
That's why I say sold out. I told you sold out.
I don't even know, man.
No, tickets go recycling on TC. You have to pay 2 and 3 times the price. Tickets are recycling now.
Yo, you know, I'm sorry, say Kranky, I should have buy some and just go sell them.
You don't know Rudolph. You can't Rudolph your ticket. You can't Rudolph your ticket. Rudolph, I know you Rudolph, I know you after the game, though. Can't Rudolph your ticket. You're not Rudolph number. I
should be recycling some $20 ticket for $40 or some $30 ticket for $50.
Nah, man, I don't say that though. No, man. If me, so me wouldn't do that. But if I was gonna do that, if me buy a $20 ticket, me not say if it's $100. It's me keep me ticket. If me have a grandstand ticket for $100, me not say if it's $500. You're mad.
Thank you.
Then hey, CC, me do some CC. Go look at major games when they're occurring and how people mark up the price. Thousands of dollars for them ticket. No, if me have a grandstand VIP ticket, in fact, me not say if it's $1,000. Because we know somebody will buy it. Somebody will buy it, people. Trust me, somebody will buy it. Even in Jamaica too.
See, these are the things where you end up making money, you know, because Kranky, right now, if me did have $500,000, if I had $500,000, I would buy $20 ticket with the whole $500,000, just buy them out.
Yeah, if you get ticket to half line, so VIP get a half line, even on the beach side, grandstand, you know, the ticket them sell out people. We are talking about 30,000 people.
Market, and then I tell you, I market up Kranky, come I make at least $2 million. And then I not go the game. I just make my money and just go and easy my yard.
No, yeah, look, it's a good event for Jamaica. Trust me. So obviously it's excellent for Cavalier. I hope they perform.
But I think a lot of people, Kranky, a lot of people are going because, all right, so with the Messi thing, come me tell somebody the other day, say, if you're going to see if you get entertainment from Messi, then I feel like you go for the wrong reason. But you just go for the experience.
Yeah.
Kind of like say at a stage in Messi career, I watch Messi play in MLS. He's not entertaining, but he's still effective.
No, this is about I was there, right? Like when Pelé come to Jamaica. I was at the stadium, Messi was there, I watched him live in person. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
I mean, like Messi playing for Barcelona. But people want to be around greatness, and he's a great player. He has great legacy.
Well, a lot of them want that player person playing for Barcelona as well.
Nobody not go watch Cavalier play because nobody not go watch Cavalier play. No. I hate me on Cavalier, but we have seen Cavalier play Sibao. Nobody in that stadium except Rudolph and him coaching staff and some exec.
And the media.
Nobody did that game.
But you know more I know, Kranky. You know, this is what more I know. When nobody now watch him and Sibao and them team they play, you still have a look at media, them where I do them YouTube and thing, and I give them visual. What I don't want is when the media pass run, the look at you, them get pushed out. I big mainstream me. That, as a matter of fact, you know, say that my touch point, Mr. Speed. Ensure that they look at YouTube and them are there, them are the fans, and them are cheer for Cavaliers. Meanwhile, them are video game and do press conference and all of them things. And I give you visual to people outside.
Well, PC is a problem because you can't give everybody media pass, right? At the same time, you want to make sure locally you're represented. And at the same time, make sure locally you're represented by the people you believe are going to add value. So it'd be interesting to see what he does. Hey, you know what, people? I want a media pass.
But then, Kranky, what may I ask you?
The media pass, yeah.
So I got to tell me, say, if a Gleaner wasn't there and the Observer wasn't there and these other mainstream, I'm not saying they weren't there, but if the mainstream people weren't there,
right?
And then you are going to give the mainstream people them and then push out the little man who was there. Oh gosh, man.
But that's
so
how. But CC, him can't tell some big media like NBC or CBS or them can. Yeah,
no, I don't.
They gotta figure it out. They gotta figure it out. Yeah.
But I'm just saying,
right?
The man them will come where you know will come at the game. You probably can for them look one day. You must have to for them one day.
Well, look, it should look. It's an event, right? It's like Freedom concert. It's like Chris Brown concert. It's like Champs. It's even different from Champs. Champs. When we go Champs, the crowd are Champs, right? Hey.
But then you know more know Kranky because last time Messi playing at Champions Cup, referee asked him in Jersey, you know. So I wonder how we go on in a
then I thought when Jamaica played Argentina at Giants Stadium, I didn't go to the game. I'm trying to remember why I didn't go. But I thought that there were some things around that too, that people were enamored with Messi and were asking for jersey and stuff. I may be wrong, but I thought that was part of it. Some people had a problem with that, actually.
Yeah.
So, see. You're not commentating on the game. Because you're not big commentator nowadays. You're a big radio personality. All right, no, not radio. You're TV because you're on YouTube. Come here, you're coming. So, how come you're not involved? I don't understand. They might diss your CC. You are talking about what we are talking about. They might diss your CC. They might diss you.
No, man, you know, me a small fry, man. I don't reach the levels there.
But I heard you on TV commenting. Now, was it regular TV or YouTube? Whatever it was,
YouTube
is TV nowadays. It's just a smaller audience at TV. Me, I'm coming on TV.
Hopefully, Kranky, by the time World Cup rolls around, I might be on TV. I don't know. Hopefully, put in the work.
So you're putting that word for me. I want to go on TV too now. You put that word for me.
No, I'm saying I'm not talking JFFR. I'm saying hopefully, come next year, them time you're probably hear me in a MLS game by the least or a USL game.
So you're gonna commentate? Wait, back up. You're gonna join one of those organizations to get access to be
like that? Fox are one of them.
Which
NBC,
Fox? The one Fox at Jamaica?
CB. Which Fox at Jamaica, man?
Oh, you wanna? Oh, okay.
I'm talking international. Kranky. Like CBS and those big networks.
What are you gonna be doing with them? Me confused, CC. Confuse me. You
wanna work?
You wanna work for one of those stations?
Yes, I would work. Yeah,
they have janitor roles. They have janitor roles.
Yeah, no, they start from anywhere, Kranky. You know what a story? You know what a story it would be if I started from the janitor? What a story it would be.
You know something? I know people who have started from the janitor and end up running companies. So you never know people who start in the main. No one is in the main room. They start out. It's a main room story.
I want to think, Kranky. You see, sometimes you just want a foot in. For me, in the building, you just work on yourself and just go and do your thing, do your speech lessons, whatever you're interested in. But to see if you're not in the room, you don't have a chance.
I totally agree with that. Look, I hope it's a spectacle, or you call it. I hope it's a great event. I hope Rudolph, I hope you maximize your earning potential from this. Because money important. Watch your money. I hope you maximize your earning potential on this, and I hope your team wins. Even though I'm not optimistic, but I hope your team wins. And this is not being facetious, people.
But to be honest,
I hope his team wins, actually.
But Kranky, him win either way. Right now, to be honest, ticket price alone, him probably gone with 200 million.
Wait, what's 200 million real money? Because I don't throw them number, them, I don't understand. I'm confused.
I'm saying, in terms of the ticket.
What's 200 million in real money? Is that a million Jamaican dollars? No, million US dollars?
Alright, so I'm talking about like
125, whatever number.
A million US is like 1.6, 1.5 now. And then you have like 1.5.
So 200 million is
about a million, 1.8.
It was 600,000?
1.5 million.
15 times 15, no, what, 225? No, less than that, man. Less than that.
1.3, round that.
Okay.
Yeah, 1.3 million US.
So you think, but ticket sales alone are going to bring that. If you mark it, ticket sales are bringing one.
For 35,000 people in the stadium.
Yeah.
1.3 million.
But not sell 35,000 tickets. He probably give about 5,000 tickets. Between media and a bunch of other people, JFF exec, he might give away at least 500 tickets. So yeah, still 30,000 plus he must sell. Yeah, a decent money. Anyway, cut a decent money.
Yeah.
Between all the expenses.
President Kranky, they spoke about the prize money in the Champions Cup like per match.
Great question, CC. I was trying to look for that. I was thinking about that today. I need to know what it is for each round. So he got.
That is what I was saying.
If he got $500,000 for people, I can't speed money, so no cost me for this. If you get $500,000 for the Chariot Championship, you gotta get more for each round. So he might end up decent. He might end up decent money, man.
But Kranky, I don't like we have count speed money and sports this. All we can know, say, Luka Doncic was due for a $300 million extension.
Yeah, but Jamaican steer. Jamaican steer. Jamaican steer.
No. This is the weirdest thing in a Kranky. Like, you can know how much money all of the big sports, the MLS, USL, everywhere turn. But when they come on to JPL, we don't know for $10, we don't know for $100, we don't know for $50. We only know the only time we know if a money. Only time we know the money is Kranky and when people protest.
Yeah.
That's the only time, for example, the referee them protest, and that's how we know the money.
People, I need to look at the prize money for CONCACAF.
But it's just crazy. Say you can know the money, but as I said, the Messi Mania thing, I think between Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, them type of superstar, would draw a lot of crowd in a national stadium.
You know what the winner get for that tournament there by you?
How much do you mean? I want $2 million US?
$2 million US, $5 million US.
Oh yes, 5 million or 5 million, let me say.
5 million US.
They revamped it.
Say Rudolph Speed, we can't talk to him.
He probably look at different. Right now, Rudolph Speed win this game. He probably gone now on different job. MLS club now, man. You can't talk in the entire.
We can't even cuss him no more. We can't send him fire him no more from JFF. Shut up.
All right, but you know what more? The last thing I got touch upon, Kranky, I'm gonna ask you. They think about we had the potential of 3 teams. Positive. We had the possibility of having at least 3 teams or minimum 2 teams in the CONCACAF Champions Cup, right?
Right.
And I think what other clubs can learn from this or focus on is that while winning the JPL might be the short-term goal, I think the main thing when they want to look for is to qualify for the Champions Cup, because the more often we have clubs, and we can have 3 teams now. because you have first place, second place, and third place. So
Right.
if we can maximize, ensure that we are far better than the Caribbean country them, and can go to the Champions Cup on a consistent basis for the next 3-4 years. By the time, we don't say not even a World Cup we are focused on, but by the time in the next 5 years, I think our local football would be in a much better place.
So CC comes back to, so people, when you hear a lot of the YouTubers complain about the state of Jamaica football and where we are and where we're not going, people don't realize that the economics in football are getting better and better and better every year. You see MLS team transferring players for 11 million, 10 million. Look at Atlanta. I think Atlanta is one of the top 3 teams in the world to have attendance. And the attendance is about 60-something thousand per game at their home. So money is being made. And that's why it's an imperative for the football to improve and the quality players to improve, because they can make a living, decent living, and the clubs can make a living, and Jamaica can benefit from the players transferring for a lot of money. Or when they play this competition, they can win and generate income for themselves, them family, and for the clubs.
But the big problem is this, Kranky. 2 things we have in Jamaica that we don't consider business: music and sports. Football especially. We don't treat it like it's a business. And that's where we find ourselves in problems, because the amount of money being circulated in football, Kranky, and to know that we are in a weird space. We're not making money from anything football related, like, for example, qualifying for these major tournaments or big tournaments, hosting the qualification for some of these tournaments. We're not making money from hosting events. We're not making money from qualifying for events.
But see, you can't hold events. You don't have infrastructure for host events. Look at the stadium. The stadium has struggled to host the meet by Ben Johnson. When in it.
Then that may I show you, Kranky, because so it's clear to me that we're not making any money from hosting of events. We're not making any money from qualifying for these events. So how do we expect to qualify for a World Cup? We have got all this ball for money.
Yeah, look, I do think, I don't know, man. Sometimes I think Jamaica is just challenged in a lot of different ways. And I don't know how you change direction of travel. I've always said this, which is for Jamaica, you got to start off in the primary school and change the culture from there through, and just not forget the generation before them, but, tinker with them. But you got to change culture to change the country.
Well, Kranky, how can we sit back and say we have a successful program when every day we have ball about money? And to me, in football, you know, if you have ball about money, because the amount of money going around in football, if you're qualifying, if you have a successful program, you wouldn't be balling about money, and then you have a club them don't. In terms of club structure, how much of these clubs have boards?
Yeah, but the question is, if you invest in the football, will you get a return on your investment? That's the question.
But that's why I'm saying here comes the Champions Cup, where I think it's $500,000 when you qualify. I think I take it. When you qualify, I think if you win the tournament, the Caribbean Cup, you get $500,000. And I think third place
you got $500,000. You got $500,000 for winning the Caribbean Cup. He got $500,000 for being Sabah.
And you get $200,000 for third place, and I think $300,000 for second place.
Right.
So tell me now, Kranky, if we can get 3 clubs consistently in the thing, I'm not disrespecting the other clubs, but I'm focusing on Jamaica. If we, Jamaica, can focus on getting 3 clubs into the Champions Cup every year, what we can do is, maximize the talent, push most of the talents into some of those clubs. Rotate the talent. So if we have 3 top clubs in the league, we know say we have market them club here. And then
you're not gonna work because everybody want a piece of the pie. That's not gonna work.
Then Kranky, put it into a single entity model. Like how you have there's something that the MLS put it in a single entity model where everybody get a piece of the pie. For example, when a player is sold, is the league sell the player.
Right.
So when the league sell the player, the money is shared amongst the league.
Yeah. Someone said like Speed like a business. He invests $100,000 Jamaica yearly and has made substantial return on his investment. It's not like a big.
But I'm just telling you that it to me it have to take a concerted effort on the part of the stakeholders.
No, it's not going to effort. You're saying they need vision. That's what you're saying. It's not because of the effort. You can work hard and not do anything. You know, you said you need vision.
You need vision, yeah, because if you don't, then Kranky, the amount of money that is there to be made, if they come together and say, oh, this is what we're going to do, and we're going to set up a board of governors or whatever you want to call it, and structure the football this way. We get a player sell out of the league for 10 million. We split the money amongst the shareholders, which are the member clubs in the league. All of these things. So the money is being circulated, right? Sorry, because at the end of the day, we have to understand that we are not big. We are not as big as some of these other countries. So we have to find a way how it works for us. So we can start off the league being lucrative, and then we have money generated in the league year over year, because the players will not be just contracted to, for example, Cavaliers. They would be contracted to the JPL.
Yeah, I think the leaders of the football in Jamaica, whether it's the JPL or the JFF, have to really sit down and think, what's the best model for the football? Because as you're saying, you have to generate income to support the product. And the question is, what avenues are there to generate that income then will benefit you and benefit the team? So it makes them more, and it's got to be a sustainable model, right? You know, Trinidad suffered from the Jack Warner syndrome, which is Warner put a lot of money in Trinidad football. And when Warner had his trouble, you can see where the football went. Everything, infrastructure, players, the whole work went downhill. So you don't need a one-person thing. You don't need some thing where you have a dictator.
I could write a business plan, but the thing I tell you, say sometimes they don't believe in probably not believe in a youth, and them think me a janitor or something. But I'm just telling you, if I should give them a plan and say, oh, this is what we're going to do for the next 10 years. You see, me I tell you, so we'll come out of it on the better side.
So someone's asking the question, how is the attendance for these games? Are they making money?
The attendance is not really great for some of the games. And then we get to understand that some games the clubs control them gate, and then for some of the games the league control the gate, so which is the PFJL. So I mean them still a straddle onto which method they want to choose.
Right.
But I'm thinking the people who are running PFJL are brilliant corporate people, so I guess they should find out a model. But I'm telling you, Kranky, if they just tried it my way, and the people not ever try it my way, but implement some of the things that I'm speaking about.
Right.
Not everything I say might be true, but I'm telling you some things in order to sustain a league and go far in terms of you want to go in an international football. You have to be qualifying for things, and your domestic league have to be up to a certain level where you can sell players and be circulating. The most money are going to make from player sales.
But that's why the JFF one quota, right? So that they can get players in the national team, get them exposure.
But I don't think that. But I'm saying I don't think that is the best route, because that's a short term. That is a stopgap. That's like me go down the road, Kranky. I'm a tire punch. I'm just patch it. I'm a bake it.
They've been patching forever. They've been patching for a long time.
Precisely, and wear out.
And they patch a wear out, and then they patch one place, something else open up someplace else.
Kranky, the last thing I'm gonna leave you with this. When last has we sold a player for over £1 million?
Isn't Bibi the last player we sell for about $1 million?
No, man, yeah, Fuller did come out for
Fuller didn't go for $1 million.
Yeah, man, Fuller come out for $1 million. Man.
Yeah, and I thought Bibi went for $1 million.
I think Rudolph Austin is the last player who went for that.
But those are very good players, though. Rudolph's a good player. Fuller is a good player. Yeah,
but Kranky, if you're selling a car for $1 million in 1998, Kranky, how comes in 2025 you start selling car for 300,000?
Well, look, the question is, why aren't we producing players at the highest level? We're producing footballers, think about it. People like Shamar and all those people, right, who are playing overseas. Bailey's an aberration. It's not normal the way Bailey came through the system. So, and I go back to the fact that so much people for our heritage who are playing in other countries are doing really well. So athletically and physically, we're supposed to be able to compete, but technically we're not competing.
But Mr. Kranky come back down to me and say, if you can sell a player 27 years ago, if you can sell a car 27 years ago for $1 million, you should be able to be selling car. We have cars selling Jamaica now for 60 million now. So that means we are selling a player for $1 million, not 98. And we can't sell $1 million. What
do you mean car in Jamaica for $1 million? People buy car in Jamaica for $1 million?
I'm saying a car, you can get a car in Jamaica for 35 million.
Yeah, but that's not equivalent money. $1 million Jamaican, $1 million US, what is 150 million Jamaican, 155.
No, what I was saying, Kranky, is in terms of in '98.
Right. No, I understand. Yeah, $1 million. Yeah.
So I'm just talking about purchasing power parity in terms of, juxtaposing against the car or the player. So I'm just saying we're selling players for $1 million at that point in time, and we have not yet. We've gone back down to 300,000. We can't find the next $1 million player out of the league.
Well, we don't know how much Whisper went for, right? We don't know how much Whisper went for.
Yeah, well, Whisper not come out of the league.
I know he came out of high school, but I'm just saying we don't know how much he went for. So whether it's the league or academy or it's Jamaica, right? So yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, as I said before, like for me, I was just saying that Whisper sale don't, what would I call it, benefit the JPL then. Until something that that went in the league.
Right.
So it wouldn't be beneficial to the league. So
that's true. Yeah, but the question is, for each player sold, does the league get money? Or is the team that get the money?
I think they say that the team gets money, but it depends on who the player were signed for, and someone look at fee business. But
people need to put their head together in Jamaica to figure out how do you make these things sustainable, how do you generate income to be able to make the team sustainable, and then how do you improve the players to get them? Because I can tell you, when I watched the Trinidad Jamaica game, the one that you commentated on CC, I didn't see anybody who stood out to say, you know what, this person should be elevated to the national team. We had what's his name playing. We had McGee playing, and there's King and McGee were there. I don't think King was getting the pressure to show anything, but King McGee was there, and what's the other kid who came on and did well second half? Is it Demaria Phillips?
Yeah, Demaria Phillips.
Yeah.
But Kranky, to be honest, as I said, we just need the people and to sit down and form out a structure where the money them can set up a thing a certain way. I don't know.
No, look, I think we need more ingenuity and more thought to go into some of this to help to figure out. Look, I think sometimes we as people believe we have a monopoly in intellect. And so if you're somebody talking about something, you may dismiss them, right? I heard somebody talking about basketball in Jamaica on Maverick program the other day, and I dismissed them. And I said, Kranky, that's a little bit arrogant. Because I'm saying, well, people in Jamaica know about basketball, but that's a little bit arrogant. I didn't talk about LeBron, and I heard Pioneer. Well, I respect Pioneer's thought, but I think Pioneer was way off on LeBron, and Maverick was trying to justify LeBron.
Kranky, I think, but the LeBron situation, I don't understand. LeBron in his prime, Kranky, when LeBron was playing for Miami, the league was averaging 98 points per game. The league is averaging 115 now. That's 17 extra points.
Yeah, but LeBron is still in his prime. I don't know where LeBron. People, I don't know where LeBron's prime is. Is his prime at 18? Is his prime 25? Right. Is his prime now?
But, Kranky, let me ask you a question. But Kranky, watch here. What I'm saying to you is this: if the league is averaging 17 more points than when he was playing for Miami, 26 in the league right now is like 22 back then. It's just remember after
no. Look. I don't see. There's so many factors to consider. We won't go into basketball because the people want to talk about.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying there's so many factors to consider. How physical the league was versus now. 3-pointers, because LeBron is not a perennial 3-point shooter versus now, right? The speed of the game versus there's so many factors to consider that it's hard to draw a good analogy and say, you know what? This makes it much more better than.
There's one analogy I'm going to leave you with, Kranky. This era of basketball is similar to the era in the 60s where Oscar Robertson was averaging a triple-double. Notice you have two players now in Russell Westbrook who average a triple-double, and Nikola Jokic is going to average a triple-double from the center position. It's a similar thing. The basketball is just coming back to a point where they're trying to market the best, the scoring in the league, so people can get the ratings up.
Yeah. One thing we should before. See, I'm saying this. One thing people gotta understand with America, it's all about the money. So you hear European leagues, La Liga, who's now suing. I forgot who they're suing. The Premier League, all these leagues talking about will never play a regular season game outside of the country, and then Syria is now saying in 3 years they're going to do so. La Liga has been wanting to do it. You know why? Because they can't compete with the Premier League. So they're following the NFL model and the NBA model, which is, you know what? Wherever the money is and the fans are, we're going to go there. Because we are capitalists. We're all about making money. And we're not going to be a slave to our fans who want to come to every game. So we're going to stay in the location we are. No, we're traveling.
So notice where you say Kranky. And then Jamaica don't have a proper stadium. If you can get one Juventus, we can host a game out here.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm not even want to talk no more about this, Kranky. It'll get depressing. Because these people...
So talk to the politician people at stadium. Because most of them have more pressing priorities. They have healthcare. They have this crime to deal with. But Jamaica need a proper stadium.
I am going to, when we get some time, develop one business plan in terms of a sporting model. And then I'm going to present this as a thesis. What I'm going to do, though.
You should.
I'm going to present this as a thesis. The other day, I said me that thing about it, you know. Say I'm going to do like a master's, I'm going to present it as a thesis, you know.
Yeah, man. You should.
Because
you should.
I think about to do a research paper on it, man, because it just doesn't make sense to me. But I'm going to do it in a research paper, like probably an MPhil, and present it to them in international economic development and sports.
Yeah.
Big up yourself in a Kranky.
Yeah, man. Thanks, CC, for the call.
Yeah, man.
That was CC people. Must win. I don't think there's a comparison. Look, I think LeBron is one of the greatest athletes ever. When you're playing at a high level at 40 people, there's very few, if any, athletes. Ronaldo is not playing in Europe. He's playing in some bush league of Saudi Arabia. Messi's not playing in Europe. He's playing in MLS. Now I call it bush league because before the game would kill me. Right? But they're lower leagues. LeBron is playing the top leagues in the world and playing well, and he's not the MVP, but he's playing like an MVP level at 40 people. 40 are old man in sports. In fact, most players are done by mid-30s. It's getting better now because it's better nutrition, better system to make sure you keep your body in shape and play longer. But think about it. Ain't nobody going to be 40 years old and dominating. Michael wasn't dominating at 40, even though he may score 40, 50 points in some of those games, but they are one-off. And must win. Michael Jordan's the best basketball player ever. I know. I support the Knicks. And he's the kicker, you know what, even when we had a good team. So I say Saudi League isn't a Bush League. All right. It's a, what do I call it? It's not Bush. There are a lot of hedges there. A lot of hedges. BM. a lot of hedges. They're trying to buy a league and it's not working. Okay? They're trying to buy a league and it's not working. But the point I'm trying to make is this, people, is when you're LeBron James, you're playing at this level, at this point in your career, it's ridiculous. That don't happen. I don't know, he says it's not a Bush league. It's not. Can't see over the hedge there. I'm Maverick Harris, we can't see over the fence for the Saudi League. No, but not that was. Hey, do we come on here and talk about Saudi League? Or we come talk about Champions League? We talk about Premier League. We may periodically mention the Bundesliga or league. Like whichever Champions League. We don't even talk about MLS that much less. Right? So Jordan made everybody on his team look good. He's a goal. I don't think Jordan really make players look good. I think Jordan was just good. I don't think Jordan was not the best teammate. In fact, Jordan was an awful teammate, to be honest. My favorite basketball player of all time. I'm gonna you guys guess this. Who do you guys think is my favorite basketball player of all time? I used to watch a lot of basketball. I don't watch it that much now. But who you guys think is my favorite basketball player of all time? Let me see if you guys can guess good players or no good players. Who do you think is my favorite basketball player of all time? And I came to the US in the 80s, so let me know. I was a teenager. Let me know who you think is my favorite basketball. Nope, not Dr. J. Yep, it's all in one guess. Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson, my favorite basketball player of all time. People, I love entertainment. Magic was ridiculous. People talk about point guard and Steph Curry, the best point guard. First of all, Steph Curry ain't no point guard. Steph Curry is a shooting guard. He ain't a point guard. Yes, he can handle the ball. He ain't a point guard. Point guard is a facilitator and score when they have to. Magic Johnson, to me, is the most watchable basketball player. Michael Jordan was great. I didn't like Michael because I was a Knicks fan, so I didn't like Michael. I didn't even watch Michael documentary. I still hate Michael up to today. It's one of those situations. I won't say hate, but I'm not the biggest fan, but I can appreciate talent, and he's the best player ever. But Magic Johnson was gotta be the best teammate ever. Magic made everybody look good. Showtime Lakers was it. Yes, CC. Showtime Lakers was it. Now, Curry's a very good player, but I think some of you guys have this recency bias. Every time I hear people talk, I'm like, the people from the old era think their players were better, and people from now think their players were better. They're different eras. Because you couldn't go to the basket when the Pistons were in the 90s or late mid 80s because they would just clothesline you. Look at Kirk Rambus that Michael did to Rambus. Clothesline. So yeah. So people, do you want me to do a stream for the game or not? The Cavalier versus Inter Miami game. Let me know if you guys want me to do a watch along. If not, I won't do one. So you guys gonna decide if I should do one or not. Because if you see me should do one, that means you come watch with me. That's the way I rationalize it. No, he's the best point guard of all time. By a good mile, Issa. He's the best point guard. Isaiah Thomas was good. I don't consider Steph Curry to be a point guard. He's not. Point guards, no, he's not a point guard. People are trying to set screen for him. Kevin Johnson was good. Isaiah Thomas was good. John Stockton was good. I'm just thinking about players who are true point guard. Magic Johnson was just a pleasure to watch. If you play a little bit of basketball, people, them no-look passes there. No-look, bounce, turn. Oh, come on. Magic was the most fun with the Showtime Lakers. Michael Cooper on the wing, James Worthy, Jamal Wilkes. Those are flashbacks. That's when I enjoy basketball. But anyway, people, I'm not going to stay much longer. I'll say this, which is I am very happy that Messi is going to Jamaica. You guys should celebrate this. And you should give Rudolph Speed his flowers for this, right? Because I think Rudolph think I don't like him enough. It's far from the truth. I just don't like him for Jamaica. I'm not gonna lie, but I hope Rudolph wins. I think Rudolph is doing a great job with Cavaliers, by the way. Whether they win against, they're not gonna beat. I don't think they're gonna beat Inter. They're missing too many things to beat Inter. The JPL is not the right league. You don't have the better players. You don't have the best resources. But I hope he wins. But and I hope he continues to do well for Cavaliers. He's the owner, even doing one. Tell him, hey, Mr. People. Okay, so Rudolph, may I give you a secret? Me Rudolph talk about say I'm the coach, I'm a technical director, or whatever him saying is. He never say I'm the owner yet, but I'm won it. Him own Cavaliers. So when money come in, he might get the majority share. And it's a good thing. And Rudolph, I hope you make as much money as possible and use it well for Cavaliers and yourself and your family, right? But I don't want you to impact the Jamaica thing. Leave that alone. You have to do too much job. You can't do 10 job. You know how to do a good job in Jamaica thing. I keep telling you, I said from the other day, I showed you, because me come at me hard, me come back at you hard. 4 junior World Cup opportunities, and we not reach none of them. In fact, some we not even reach the last round. That can be okay, people. And Rudolph chairs the technical committee. So Rudolph needs to go. But he's the man for Cavaliers. And Mark Price was good to guard for Cavaliers, Cleveland Cavaliers. Similar name like Cavaliers. So I hope Rudolph beat Messi and Inter, even though I'm not optimistic. And I hope Rudolph and Cavaliers continue to do well. But Rudolph, I hope you also take my advice and vacate your position on the Jamaica Football Federation board and technical committee. I don't think you're doing a good job there. And if we keep losing, we'll keep beat you. Yeah, I say, Rudolph, if we keep losing and you support the nonsense, I keep beat you, because you know what? I want the best for the country. I think the JFF is doing well financially. Well is a very relative term. Better financially. I think media-wise they're doing better. So Simon and Dennis doing a better job. But the technical department is failing miserably. How can I come on this and be a hypocrite and say we do well? And I remember once I used to have a coach for one of my football teams to play for. And the coach, get a story, people. And the person is passed away now. To play for a football team at Brooklyn. We won some championship the year before, but it was Division 2, right? We're going to Division 1 now. We're happy. When you leave the championship and go Premier League, you're happy, right? The coach went to Jamaica for vacation and he came back and the manager changed him. We asked the manager, why you do that? So the manager says, where we're stepping up, changes have to be made. So Rudolph, we're trying to step up and you need to leave the job, so changes have to be made, because you're not doing a good enough job. And I don't understand people, because people say, boy, Kranky, you bad mind. And somebody came on a program the other day and cost me some BC and MC and all other C's. Right, but me ask people the question this. In any organization, people, any organization where you're not doing well and you have tangible, empirical evidence to substantiate not doing well, how can you retain and maintain your job? I don't understand. So JFF, let me ask the question to you. What does it take to fire anybody in the JFF, people? You have a like you need that. You have a job for life. Hey, don't give me the job. Me do like Elon Musk. Don't give me. You don't like Musk. Me do. Don't give me the job. Because I'm straight to JFF. Me straight to JFF, you know. I do like Elon Musk. Because I fire enough people. I'll be more surgical though. Because Elon just took some book, 20-year-old, and just going to just fire people like it has no sense. I would do a transformational type assessment. Look at every aspect of the organization. Look at the criteria to grade them, and then come up with a grade, and then say, you know what? We need new help. BM said Rudolph's speed is too arrogant. This is the problem. Look, Rudolph has done well in Jamaica. He's a big fish in a small pond. He should be given his flowers when he has done well. But Rudolph has been poor for the national team. It's not debatable. I keep saying that. Very, very poor. And if Rudolph, who I hope I said before to people think I'm hating on Rudolph, and I'm not hating on Rudolph now. But here's the problem I have with people sometimes. You don't call out certain things. It's like Trump and the Republican Party. I said that earlier this evening. No matter what Trump does, they either don't say anything or they agree with him. No matter what it is, no matter how awful it is, no matter how divisive it is, no matter how terrible it is, they either are silent, and that's negligent. That is not doing your job. That is not supportive of the people. So if Jamaica youth football is poor, somebody mentioned earlier about, is Nitro who mentioned, when Nitro come in there, which is important. Can't find the Nitro. Nitro mentioned about the Costa Rican League, how many counties they have, how many leagues they have, and their football. Costa Rica always produce a good team. Even though they're going through a rebirth and re-engineering their team, they're still doing well, they're still competing. Yeah, that's what happens, right? You're right, because they said it to me too. When the under 14 won, they were so happy because the under 20 got 15 love. They just roll out the under 14 for the Caribbean Championship. I play some minnows, then roll them out. And so now that the under 17, who should never miss the World Cup, people. FIFA say, Jamaica, we'll help you get the World Cup because you can't get it regularly. Let's just give you one halfway decent team in your zone. And we lose. Now it's an annual event. But me not no optimism. Me not have nothing to give me any comfort that next year will be different. And who want to wait for next year? We can do something this year. Right? Who wants to wait for next year? XLR says, one question, will Cavalier players be able to swap jerseys? Will players have more than one kit? Then they have money now, can buy more than one kit, man. You're supposed to buy about 4 or 5 kit. It's about one kit. Should have about 4 or 5 kit. You're going to swap out about 2 of them. Because me a play a Messi jersey, me I thought to Messi before the game start. I said, my youth, me not tackle you. I'm supposed to mark you. Just give me a jersey. Don't be like, who was it when Pelé come to Jamaica? Billy Dawkins kicked on Pelé. See what come beat me. I'm not for me. I'm put on 2 pound Pelé. No, look, I think, yeah, they should have. Cavalier should have enough jerseys. Them can't get jersey. Me not comment from Football Guru. I almost go against my own. I mean, I put them in the comment from your Football Guru. I mentioned you comment them because I said Football Guru. I made a mistake a while ago. I pressed wrong. I'm not bringing up your comments because you have to show yourself in public. We're not going to engage anybody on this channel who are hiding because I show my face. Tala said, I wouldn't want you on my team. Why, Tala? Why, Crystal? I'm a good teammate. What do you mean? I'm on any team, I'm good. Let me tell some people. This is me now, pat myself on the back. Most teams I manage, when those people get promoted nowadays, my name is on. I can show you multiple messages from LinkedIn. You know what I do? Crystal, I'll show you people like that on my team. People love to be on my team. When I got a call last Saturday from somebody from India. Oh, you need me to talk? Okay, you talk about football, all right? So we're not gonna. I'm gonna say this from India, and the person tell me they changed roles and got promoted, and they just want to talk to me. They said we're not telling nobody yet. We're the first person them call. You know, them tell them wife yet, because I'm very supportive of my team, people. Very supportive. Very supportive. Me believe that if you treat people right, you and them engage for life. Them always want to engage you, always want to run you, especially if you manage them. If you show them interest, which is what some managers don't understand in sports, you know. If you show interest in a person and your interest is genuine and you're trying to help them maximize their potential, you'll be amazed what people want to do. So I try to do something in India now and the person gets somebody for me to do some work for me. And the person tell the person, say, they were telling me this, but I talk Pato, him say, no bother, but you're charging him money coming from America, you know? No bother with it. If you're dealing with him, you're charging him the India price. I was so taken aback by that, people. So nobody will try to go in their pocket. We not deal with that. I talk Pato, no same talk, because it's a person from India. Nobody go in their pocket, charge him the India price, as me and you not going to deal no more. Because I treat the person right means to work with them. So the point I'm trying to make is that treat people right, and it will come back to you 1,000 times. People don't pay me any. None of them pay you attention, football girl. You're very divisive. People pay divisive people attention. No, the tackle part. No, I used to tackle, you know. Talabak, I used to play. Oh, you mean for Messi? Hey, people. Any Jamaica player who Cavalier people kick down and hurt Messi, then probably run off his stadium. Trust me. Even for the Jamaica fans, them. If you're a Cavalier player, no kick down Messi. Easy man for the ball, yes, but not kick him down. Because people not come to see you, then come to see Messi. Nobody watch Cavaliers play football, people. Appear Messi, them come to see. Always say Billy Perkins. A Billy Perkins kick down. That's a Billy Perkins kick down. But Billy Perkins kick down everybody in play against. Yeah, people come to see the star. You can't go to cut the star. So Peter Mystic say he was at the stadium when Pelé came there. I wasn't there. I was too young then. But nobody come to see no two team them. Nobody come to see Suarez or Busquets, even though them people are big player. And one person come to see them. If there was no Messi and Suarez and Busquets to come, people still coming out. But it wouldn't be 35,000 or 30,000. Probably be a few thousand. Right? But no, appear Messi people come to see. Messi is a godlike figure in a football, you know. So nobody want to come to see no other little man and come to see Messi. Don't kick him down. Do not kick him down. Talawa said she's tackling him. Hey, Talawa, I should get police escort before the game. I suppose you get police escort. But no, I don't know what I would do if I obviously got to tackle him, right? You're playing a game. I was sure that, look, if I know Rudolph's speed, you can tell his players. Now, by the way, the Messi celebrating thing, I know Messi, God rest thing, go play some football. He's not a bad. He assessed the game really well because I watched him against Cibao, and I text him right after the game. No, I text him when he made the change, people, and put on a player, and I said something. I was so impressed with that move because I thought they're not that good in game management. I thought he's a great coach, but game management atrocious. I said this numerous times. When Rudolph Speed take off the player, when he put him on for 10 minutes, me text Rudolph and say, you know what? Great move, but you make sure you also mentally you deal with the player because the worst thing for your player now is that championship you get put on and take off in 10 minutes, you know. But the player was poor. And I think Rudolph made a brilliant decision. So I give Rudolph flowers, you know. Even though I'm not like him. I'm not against Rudolph. But Rudolph, good luck come when? This week and next week? You'll need it. Enough. You'll need it. When at the first game? I mean, I have it written on your enemy. I didn't do it. You need to look Rudolph. Because I'm sure Kansas City is a decent team. In fact, I watched them play. Thursday, 8 p.m., people. Thursday, 8 p.m. is the game. And the first game is in Miami, so it's not in Jamaica. You know, it would be better the first game in Jamaica. If I'm here Rudolph Speed, but that push will switch the game to play a national stadium first. We guarantee Messi will come. Because if we guarantee them win first, you know, if they get Cavalier 6-love, Messi not scientific at Jamaica. I still think that Jamaica's brand as a country is enough to draw people to the island. I believe that wholeheartedly. So I do believe, regardless of what the score is in the first leg, and it's a grass field also, you know, kind of bumpy, that Messi will play at least one half if they're up by a lot. But hopefully Rudolph can get him team for if they get a 1-love Miami, he might have to play. Them can't play without him. Now, just if they keep that 2 years, they can beat Miami in the pitiful field. Nah, I watched them play Cincinnati last year. Me not think so. I watched them in Cincinnati last year. I was so disappointed. But also, it was cold, right? So this year, they have no excuse. Because it was freezing in Cincinnati when they played last year. This year is different, right? They played 2 warm places. And look out, Miami and Jamaica. And Jamaica even more hot than Miami. So they are in a good spot in terms of location. And they probably get a lot of Jamaicans in the crowd, even though they may not be cheering for Jamaica, for Cavalier. When you go Florida, then buy the ticket. I don't see Messi not going to Jamaica. I don't see anybody who is, no matter how famous you are, have a chance to go to Jamaica and don't go celebrate your legacy. It's like a world, he might do a world tour, you know. You think about it. Messi is now coming to the last leg of his journey. Because even though he's still a brilliant footballer. Good night.
Good night, Wagwan.
Not much. Who's this?
A double man, one umbrella.
Dub, how you doing?
Change up my name from the name the way night.
What name should be? What name should we call it? Double hub?
One umbrella. Call me one umbrella because there's something right now.
Okay.
But you know, me listen to you long, you know. Me admire. Come here, you agree with politics, and we agree when it come on to the Messiah. Anybody deem the Messiah to be, me you plan gungo line there so. But when it come on to the football, boy, for some reason why me and now plan pizza line.
Oh, you mean you don't understand football? Is that what you're saying?
You know, you hear me say when it come on to politics.
That's what I'm saying. You mean you don't understand football, so I need to teach you. Is that what you're saying?
No. Is that why? Cause every day you speed up, man. You can't slow down a little bit.
It means speed up. Me praise better about Cavaliers. Me Messi. Me give the man praise. I pay praise me tonight, you know. Apart from the fact that he should not be coming to Jamaica football, don't I give him praise about Cavalier?
Yeah, but
okay.
But every night, some man, you know.
What you mean every night, sir? Me talk about Messi tonight. Messi go Jamaica at the news. Game up play Thursday. What you talk about? What you talk about?
All right, you know, afraid you crash, man. Every night, I don't.
Me can't crash. Me retire now, so me can't crash. Me not go nowhere. Okay. Wait. Why you defend speed so much? Come your card out now. Why you defend? No, man. No. Why you defend? You defend speed. Yeah, no. Wait. Me say this.
Kranky.
You know what? Yeah, why you defend speed so much? Why you defend speed so much?
Me not defend nobody.
Nobody can. CC not defend him. CC come in now. CC not defend him. So why are you defending him?
No, me just because every night I speed, and it just.
But most of the speed tonight is a positive thing. So we are talking about. Me not understand you. Most of tonight was about Cavaliers.
Yeah,
what he has done, what he's accomplished. Apart from me saying, come on, Jamaica football, because me are push. So what is it that speed? Why are you defending speed? Why are you defending speed?
No. Me not defend nobody. Me just defend justice.
Oh, so where's the injustice?
Like, yeah, pressure and everything. You know, the way they revamp the Women Premier League and started to work up on a better part. I mean, you say nothing about that.
So you know, it's kind of funny about that. So I said, Rudolph text me. And we went to a meeting. Now, me tell you, even remember when they fight in the background now? Rudolph texted me, right? After he called my program and blew up. And he invited me to a meeting with Women's League. But they told us we can't say anything until the league was launched, which I thought was sort of counterproductive. I haven't heard anything about it since. Yeah. So I went to an initial meeting with the people who run the league now and Rudolph and some more people. And then we talked about it in general. I was invited. Not a lot of people were invited, frankly, but nobody came back to me, Kranky, XYZ, talk about it. I didn't know when they were start. I know they were going to start. I wasn't given the ability. I wasn't told that I could talk about it, so that's why I didn't talk about it.
Okay, well, me get somebody where they did it send me a bulletin on it and me post it and make it no but me could put more say have a lot it Messi, but me could have
one umbrella. Me say this, but your situation just can't be out. Me don't know why you defend speed, but me I will suspect with people at Jamaica defend people, you know, because most people now beat me about speed. They realize that I give him his flowers where it's due, and I beat him when he needs to get beaten. And they realize that we fail for 4 junior teams, and he's the chairman of the technical committee. And they realize, wait, come and beat the president, nobody answer none. I mean, like the president. Or come to criticize me and beat the president. You know why? Because the JFF is made up of different parts. There is media, there's marketing, there's finance, there is technical. The one part that's failing miserably is technical. Who oversee that?
Well, Mr. Speed is the chairman of the technical committee, but
my technical director too.
But
everything.
No.
I tell you, he might do everything. When coach get fired,
Downswell
is a name. Yeah. People, there is form and there's substance. You can't convince me that Rudolph not run the whole thing. The whole back watch come technical.
They are so I saw one man so how him to me can't see that. Me not see.
What you want to say? So what is it? What one man so powerful?
No.
Rural speed of Jamaica football like Donald Trump in the US.
I don't know where you get them story from, but I'm going to say the man. Me can't answer that. Me don't know. Remember America, me here live so, but you know.
No man, I don't hate Rudolph. You know? You might think me hate Rudolph. Me not hate Rudolph. You know? To the contrary, I think Rudolph does a good job in his personal business that he is managing director at Credit Union, and his affiliation with certain high schools. And how he runs Cavaliers brilliantly when he was almost going bankrupt way back when. You guys forget to Rudolph from my first interview, you know.
Right.
You guys forget to Rudolph from my first interview. We're not going to forget that.
But Kranky, you know, this conversation, like all of you guys would disagree with football. That's what Mr. Kranky, if I'm talking to you, when your political view, I agree with you. Your biblical view, if such a word, I don't want to, you know, if I 80% agree with you, boy, but Kranky with the speed thing, boy, just slow down a little bit, man.
I think, before you leave, I'm going to say, I think you're conflicted. I think like speed, you're conflicted. Oh, so much is so much also conflicted, man. Everybody at Jamaica conflicted. You're conflicted, you know. Me can't tell you what you're defending, you must be conflicted. We don't know enough. Me just like speculate. You must be conflicted. Are you conflicted? No. Yes or no? Are you conflicted? No. Yes or no? No?
No.
You have no dealing with speed at all. You have no dealings at all. Zero.
No. But we really here.
All right.
All right.
And there's some people. Sometime in life, we know more than what we say. Let me just say that, okay? Let me just say that. So be very careful you call this program to people. Because I'm not take no prisoner. I'm very careful. Because sometimes Kranky no more him talk about tonight. Observant, you know? Him observant. You know, the same observant. Very observant people. Those of you who say Downswell is the technical director of what? I don't know. I only know. You know, something. I know Downswell used to play football. Not know him, but I see him play football. Very good winger, by the way. Brilliant winger. And did well. What? Him go work up with the under 17, don't it? But we never see or hear from Downswell ever. Huh? Ever. So if that's the case, how is he the technical director? I have never heard from Downswell. Every time I talk about Jamaica football and technical and team and everything, that approve of speed. So if we have a quota system, where's Downswell involved? If you don't talk about no team and no players and no coach or anything, am I technical director of what? What we talk about people? How come the chairman for the technical committee are your coach and do? Where's technical director there? In any club you have in the organization, isn't the technical director's role to do all of that? Right? We come to the football and players and everything there. Me only hear from one man. Me no hear from no Downswell. Never hear from Downswell ever. My technical director for what? In name only, from where I sit. And I have nothing against Downswell. But the JFF need a technical director. I can tell you that. Go back, get the Spanish one, people. Hey, Dennis, if you watch my program, you may not be. You can throw the money. No pay nobody unless them come from Spain or South America for technical director. I say that. No pay nobody, Dennis. No sign no contract. No sign up on a contract. As them come from Spain or a South American country. And a good one too. Now look up as in Jamaican. Look up Pian. He was supposed to retire. I don't know if he retired yet. He was supposed to retire. But I don't have anything against Downswell. I don't have anything against Rudolph. In fact, I actually like Rudolph in certain respects. But I don't like what he's doing to Jamaica football. And when Dubbob say, maybe come up and Rudolph back, coming up on Rudolph back too much. Could be true. Can't fight that. But he's the man of the hour. If you're in the spotlight, people, you're going to be talked about. We don't understand him logic there. If you're in the spotlight, if your team Cavalier is going to play in Jamaica, if you're bringing Messi to Jamaica, because him send me this in a Dubbob, you think of me, and him text this to me. Wait, picture there and text to me. He said, we can't find it. He texts me the picture, because he may try to get back at me for some reason. Because he's mad at me. Because he said, boy, I made the range. Him text me Messi. Rudolph speech, one director of Cavaliers, says they miss them. And this Rudolph text me now. It was an Instagram post, and Rudolph sent me this. That's what the sports said. It says Rudolph Speed, sporting director of Caribbean, sporting director Rudolph. So you're sporting director, you're coach, you're owner. And Rudolph Speed, sporting director of Caribbean club champion Cavalier FC. So they brought Pelé to Jamaica in the 1970s, and they have no fear of facing Inter Miami and Lionel Messi in the 2025 CONCACAF Champions Cup over 2 legs, concluding Kingston. Rudolph Speed send me these people. See that? I send this to me. Me never know where it come from. Me never see it first. Him send it to me when? Soon after them qualify. Right? So he wanted me to know. So he want me to talk about him, Dabab. So I'm talking about him. Devan start quote Bob Marley. Look, I hope Rudolph wins, people. My last call for the evening, people, because I'm getting peckish. Who am I speaking to?
Kranky, this Determined. Good night.
Good night, Determined. How you doing?
I'm good. About yourself?
I am doing well. No complaints.
Okay. Well, I like the topic tonight. I wish Speed all the best on Thursday. I enjoy what he's doing at the club, for his club, I should say. But the national team, Kranky, I applaud you because you're speaking the truth. You have a lot of people that defend these guys because of what these guys have to offer them, right? And Kranky, why did the USA got rid of why did the USA brought Pochettino to coach?
Because they believe they need to improve their coaching situation. They didn't have confidence, and when they got their butts kicked in Copa, they're like, "This is the last straw. We have to improve our coaching if we want to compete when the World Cup comes around."
My question to you: was that coach doing that bad?
No, but Copa killed him, right? Because they got a red card in their first game. I think Weah got a red card. Because if they didn't get a red card, they probably would have made the second round, right? He may have still have his job if Ray don't get a red card,
I agree.
But they probably want to change him anyway, given the conflict they had with him previously, right? They had problems with him and Raina and all of them. So they probably want to change him. So he was on his last leg. Yeah. He was on his last leg, yeah.
Yeah, but my point is, he was an okay coach, right? The reason why, he had a little conflict of interest with Raina and all this. But they brought Pochettino there because they wanted to take it to the next level, right? They didn't want to settle for anything mediocre. So when you have a losing record like we do, only in Jamaica you still can have your job. It don't happen anywhere else. Or probably countries in Africa.
Right.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
So with you speaking the truth and also giving the facts, it's not just you just spilling rhetoric and just taking it from anywhere and making up stories. You actually provide the facts so everybody can see it and read it. So when you see something like that, how can you defend it when everybody in our region is improving?
Yeah, and by the way, I can tell you this, people, 4 years from now, Dominican Republic is going to be a good football team.
Crazy. You know so much money they spending in the program right now?
Both money, but they're bringing in people with the quality to help them build up their program. And they're starting to play good football, which will translate to winning football. We're not even doing that.
I agree.
All right.
That was just my 2 cents. You have a good night. Thanks.
Yeah, man. I appreciate the call. Determined.
No problem.
All right, people, I'll close it out. Let me just say a few more comments. Nitro saying, Nitro. I mean, I'm very familiar with that situation. John Wall was fired because he didn't believe in quota. Period. No ambiguity about that. I know that for a fact. Well, I can't say a fact because I didn't see any paper on it because Rudolph said he got reassigned. But I let's just say I got it from the horse's mouth. Let's put it that way. It's fired because he didn't want a quota. He wanted to bring in a lot of English-based players and they weren't having it. Yeah. Exquisite, DJ Exquisite. People are conflicted. Yeah. I know what we're talking about. Rudolph Speed said he brought Pelé to Jamaica. Cavalier brought them. And Rudolph Speed says he's bringing Messi to Jamaica. Whether he wants a Cavalier. He didn't say him, Cavalier. Right? Well, Cavalier indirectly bringing to Jamaica because they're going to play Cavalier. right? And Speed sent me this. So when we have some people in my audience who like to run their mouth and say, Kranky, you this and you lie, Rudolph Speed sent me this. I didn't go ask for it. He sent me, he called me the range. I sent him something very subtly. He sent me the picture, right? And I sent him what I said about him. So we had a back and forth. I said, hey, by the people, I have some viral thumbnail. Cause hey people, the thumbnail, some viral. I'm gonna go watch them now. Some viral shorts, because the system now produces shorts for me. Okay, you guys know some technical challenge, right? Technological challenge. So the system now produces shorts. So I post some of my shorts. I tell them, man, viral shorts, viral shorts, people, viral shorts. So I love the shorts thing. So remember, if I worry about no shorts now. If I feel like the show warrant the shorts, I don't think tonight does. Then I'll post the shorts. And yeah, that's the story. But anyway, it's after 9. I've been here for over 2 hours. I appreciate you being here. Please hit the like button before you leave, people. It's very important. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. As I said before, because my Jamaica football audience have been reluctant to acknowledge whatever I'm doing, I will need to take a break at some point and focus on the more social matters. I've gotten a lot of feelers and a lot of suggestions I should do much more social stuff. I'll be doing a show this week on is Jamaica too dependent on the US? So I'm going to do a show on that. And I may want to do a show on Trump. And there's some other topics out there that are bubbling that I want to talk about. Kyle has been pushing me to do a show on a comparison between Singapore and Jamaica. And I wrote it a while ago and I still haven't done it yet. So I need to do that one too. So I hope you can join me. First of all, go hit Balance View and subscribe. Subscribe to Kranky Live. Hit the like button. Share the comment, people. Because people, the channel can't go if you don't help me now. You are my best proponents. You are my best advocates. So do the thing, man. Before again, somebody to promote Kranky versus Speed in an intellectual debate or whether you want to. I will debate Speed any day of the week before the game. Any day, any time, any place. Any place. Nigel, I don't know Lisa Anna. I would love to interview Lisa. I'm trying to get another interview with somebody. And I'm waiting back for somebody to come back to me, actually. Which should be a good interview. I would love to interview Lisa. I think Lisa is a brilliant person. I've always said that. I think she is very smart. I would love to have a conversation with her. Love it. But I don't know Lisa from a nail in the wall. So, but no, I would love to have a debate on any matter with Rudolph Speed. Love to. And he's a very confident man, so I'm sure he would debate me on any subject. But I need time to prepare people. Let's go run my mouth, you know. Spend time, anything I do in life, I spend time to learn what I'm talking about so I can come to the table with facts, not fiction, right? But no, Nigel, if you know Lisa and she's up to the interview, I would love to have that interview. So any of you guys would know, if you know Lisa, Lisa is one of the most known commodity. She's always on Facebook or any other social media. I would love to interview her. It'd be a good interview. Kranky, a friend unmasked. Yeah, somebody unmasked him. I don't know that. So you need to tell the friend to call me. Because I love unmasked people, you know. If somebody ever masked him before the game, I would love to see who it is. I would love to see who unmasked him because I would love to expose him. I would love to expose him. So tell your friend to link me. You know what? Before the game, link me this week so we can know who the friend is, so we can mask him. Me want to mask him in public. Public lynching, man. Public lynching. I want to unmask him in public. Yeah, Nigel, if you have the link, I would love. Hey, people, maybe Lisa can make me go viral if she come and interview her. It'd be a good thing to talk about. Actually, I do have a lot of stuff I would love to discuss with Lisa because I do think Jamaica lack. Lisa's one of the few people I see talk who I'm like, you know what? Why doesn't she have a bigger role? Oh, Lord have mercy. What did she do to St. Anne that St. Anne didn't do to itself? She don't do nothing. No, I'd love to talk to look, politics is an unforgiving game, you know. Determined. Unforgiving game. She don't do nothing. She can't do nothing. She don't control the purse string. PMP not on power. No. I know you're a JFF person, but I don't know exactly. Okay. Football guru. you're missing the point though, because you may be a JFF person, because we know you're a JFF person. The question is exactly who in the JFF are you? So before the game knows, and he's gonna tell me, I'm gonna call you out. That's okay. When he come tell me, I'm gonna call you out. Don't worry about it, football girl. Young football girl. Because I mean, I'm posting them, you comment them again until you admire yourself. But right now, we probably should just post them because I don't know who you are, if he knows. But Nitro, if you have the link, Nitro, definitely would like to interview her. Tell her I can comport myself in a very professional manner when it's called for it. Okay? Tell her if you see this man ranting about Jamaica football, that may not be indicative of how I represent myself in the public domain when in certain circles. So if she comes on my program, I'll be very professional. I can't promise I'm going to calm down. I may get excited, but it'll be in a professional way. All right? So I would love to interview. And people, if you have other people you want me to interview now, who you believe have a story. Because you see, I interview before the game. I want to have a person profile every week, right? Profile somebody. So I profile Dr. Dan, profile before the game. I got very good feedback on those 2 interviews. So I'd love to have more of those interviews on this forum. Hey, football girl, me profile you, football girl. Football girl, you want to profile? You profile, yeah. Football girl, I can profile you, but you have to have the mask. Okay, I know you're in the JFF, but we don't know exactly what role you play at JFF. You're not Dennis Strong. We know that much. We can't tell who you're not tonight because you beat them. Anyway, you're not Simon. You're not Dennis. I gotta figure it. You know what? I can do by default. I can figure it out. Interview? No, that will never happen. I don't want that interview. Nope, not happening. This is gonna get me in trouble. So I'm not here. Me and myself. I don't cross certain boundaries and I have certain standards. That will never happen with BM. Never. Don't want to. No association. No interview. I don't care if I get 10 million views and $10 million. Not happen. Trust me, not happen. That's all I say about that. Not happening. Don't want to. We'll never do it. Lisa, yes. I would definitely interview Lisa. Who else would I interview? I'll let people them. Lisa Bolt out of my interview. I would never interview that person now. Not happening. Not happening. You can't pay me enough money. If I was going to get 400,000 views, it would make a difference to me. Somebody sent me some thing he was announcing for them. I was like, you shouldn't send me that. That's actually a turn off versus it's actually somewhere like, really? Oh, Fraser Price? Hell yeah. What are you talking about, Nitro? That's one of my favorite people. She's one of the most eloquent persons, regardless of her affiliation with track. She just radiates charisma. Like, nobody radiates charisma like Shelly-Ann. Not even Bolton radiates that kind of charisma. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price is one of my favorite people. Not just because of her running. I just love how she comport herself, how she communicate, how she engage, how charitable she is. She's just a good person. I love people who are just good people, plain and simple. Forget about their accolades on the track. First of all, she's very, very smart. She's very, very accommodating. She's an engaging personality. If I get to interview Shelly-Ann, hell yeah. What do I have to do? Do I have to go beg? I would love to interview Shelly-Ann. I must admit, I haven't really reached out to anybody to interview them. I've only reached out to one person to interview one of the coaches from the Jamaica team, and I'm hoping that materializes. But I don't really reach out to a lot of people to get interviews because I'm very funny that way, actually. I'm kind of overly too prideful, I must admit. So I don't want people to think I'm begging. But if you guys have access to certain individuals, especially Jamaican personality, it doesn't have to be Jamaican personality. People you think have a profile and a story to tell people, and a story that's compelling. And it could be anybody in the audience, frankly. If you think you have a story to tell that's compelling, let me know. Maverick? No, I don't want to interview Maverick. I want to debate Maverick. I don't want to interview him. I want to debate him. I don't want to interview Maverick. Actually, no, that's not true. I did actually interview Maverick. I asked somebody to ask Maverick. Maverick said I'm busy. Right? I asked somebody who knows Maverick really well. They called him and he said, yeah, we do it, but I'm busy. Maverick is permanently busy. So that would never happen, I guess. But no, but I would prefer to debate Maverick than just interview him. Shaggy, good question, BM. You know, it's kind of funny. I met Shaggy, I think he was in the Marines then, you know. And a person I know was his road manager, actually. So I've met him maybe 2 or 3 times. I don't know him, but I think I've met him 2 or 3 times in a more personal setting, but I don't know him. But I know Paul, I don't know if you watch the program, but Paul was his road manager for years. But I don't really know Shaggy. I really met him. He came to a friend of mine's birthday party years ago, but I don't really know him. But no, I interviewed Shaggy. It's cool. I know he was in the military. He was in the Marines at one point. People, I go way back in the people, way back that, you know. He was going around East 17th Street and go upstairs, go DJ with Paul and them people. Them. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know Shaggy. But no, I mean, I want to interview interesting personalities who I believe have a story to tell, who I believe are engaging. So all the people you just mentioned a while ago, whether it's Lisa, Shelly Ann, Bolt, Shaggy, I would say Shelly Ann would be my favorite interview. I just love how engaging she is and how smart she is. And her smile is like $1 million right away. That demeanor, you can see her smile radiating across the mediums, but she communicating. Love me some Shelly Ann in terms of possible interviews. That'd be one of my favorite, actually. One of my favorite. David Cook says, my brother Pat. You know what I like to interview? If I don't know him, I'll tell him. Because I never really know him. You know him have some family connection. I would love to interview Ali McNabb, actually. So if anybody know Ali, you know, I probably should have a road to get to Ali. I love to interview Ali for different reasons. I think Ali probably a little more seasoned now, but I love to interview Ali McNabb, actually. David Cook says Paxton Coke. So, David, you have to give me more information, David. So, the number of you can text me why I should interview Paxton. I mean, if you don't understand the background, no. Yeah, he did. I think he got in some trouble in the Marines, you know. I remember him getting some trouble way back when, but him get out right. Home Depot's Anne-Marie Campbell. Enough people, you know. Yeah, no, I you know what? I'm working on something, but I need to build out this platform where I can get some of these interviews with people who I want to bring to these forums and have some of these conversations that I want to have, right? I would love to interview Donald Trump. I'd love to interview Donald Trump. It'd be more difficult interview than the Fox interview, that's for sure. I wouldn't be disrespectful, but I need to understand from him, what is his problem? I need to understand from these people like Musk and Trump, which is this. Why don't they like black people? Well, black people don't know like them. Seriously, people. What? Put them in a boat. You know something? I post this thing on LinkedIn. Let me just say something. I post on LinkedIn in March when I retired, right? March 1st. Just say I'm retired. A lot of comments. And then I post on LinkedIn. I reposted something I got. What I reposted was in Black History Month was somebody put a picture on LinkedIn showing you the slave ship and how the slaves were shackled in the slave ship. Very disheartening picture. And I reposted it, right? And so I don't really post in those forums, but I reposted it because I don't understand how so many people of so many different persuasions, I'm not saying everybody don't like people who are black, because the Jews went through World War II and went to a traumatic situation, and they're now in an advantageous position. Some people have said they even become the oppressors in some respects, given where they are in the Middle East, right? So they have made a progress from where they were to where they are now. We ain't made no progress. Yes, some people have done really well, but I'm talking about as a people, because we look at sometimes people individual circumstances. As a people, in terms of what we situate in the world, we ain't made no progress. We're struggling. You go look at so many other countries that are challenging. Go look at Haiti, crime in Jamaica, crime in Trinidad. Progress is not what it's supposed to be. So yeah, it needs to be better. We gotta do better. Now Bailey would be a good one, right? She's the what is that? Richest lady coming to Jamaica. You know what? I gotta find out some of these people and interview them. Actually, great point, Nitro. You bring up some really good people. So maybe I need to work on that. But as a one-man gang, it's tough. No. He didn't say he brought Speed to Jamaica. He said Cavalier brought Pelé to Jamaica. He didn't say he brought Pelé. He said Cavalier brought Speed to Jamaica and his team bringing Pelé to Jamaica. So I'm not going to say Speed said he brought Pelé to Jamaica. He said Cavalier brought him, the football club. Because Cavalier has been around for a long time and was good for a long time. Never had a location, though. Peter said, I watched an interview with Bo recently who said Shelly took part in a mother race at her child's sports day and ran like she was in competition. She said, that's a good question, Peter Vistic, because she's competitive. She ain't taking no loss. She's competitive. I if I was her, you remember Bolt was racing somebody one time and he probably lost on purpose. Shelly ain't taking no prisoners. You go, Shelly can't do anything wrong for me. Two people I don't criticize about their athletic accomplishments or wherever they are. If they want to run till them about 70, Elaine and Shelly, I don't criticize anything they do on the track. Nothing. Even though they ain't going through a tough time, not criticize Elaine. They're above reproach. On the track, Elaine and Shelly are above reproach. They don't deserve, I don't care if they want to run and then come last in every race. That's their prerogative. They enjoy the sport. Not criticizing them. Yes, that is true. XLR Sports. So when are we going to all start this? So I want to start a movement, people. I want to start a movement about us as a people getting together and treating each other better. So we're going to start in my forum about how we engage each other. So from tonight, we're starting that movement, people. We, as XLR says, is that I live in New York. Not every Jewish people get along. Let's be clear about that. But there are certain communities, like there are city communities, where they bond as one. They go to churches, they have to walk to church. The money flows in their community. We have to, as a people, realize that when you're together, you're much stronger than if you're distributed. So we have to change that. Right? Yeah, BM says Shelly was kicking butt in that race. Yeah. But at least she ran in the race, which she didn't have to do, right? So and you know she's a celebrity there. So her presence was probably just as important than her even running. And yeah, she should run and do what she does. Shelly can't do anything wrong for me now, so me can't criticize Shelly about anything. Whether she want lose on purpose or win, me can't say nothing wrong about Shelly. Me not say nothing wrong about Shelly and Alien. If Alien never win another race again, Alien, thanks to the memories, you make me feel proud. You know, me only can praise you. Shelly, me can't criticize both. Because both is something sometimes. Not about athletic achievement, but me not agree with me not agree with some of the things you say sometimes. Something you say something me just like, really. But it's his prerogative. Him can't say what he want to say. Before the game says, we first have to learn how to handle feedback. Yeah. Well, sometimes we get the feedback in the car. People like me to get the feedback nice sometimes. You know? Can I feedback to Rudolph Speed is in public? And if I was getting that in public from somebody, I'd probably get vexed too. So I don't mind people. Rudolph vexed with me, people. I don't mind Rudolph being vexed with me now. Don't get it wrong enough. Twisted enough. I would understand why he's vexed with me. If somebody call for me if he get fired, me not talk to them. Me not cuss them back. If you're, no matter how good me or bad me I do, if you're calling for me to get fired like I'm doing with Rudolph Speed, I understand where Rudolph is coming from. And I would be upset too. Man, I try to get me fired. After me with the first man interview, we put him on the map. You can't say that. But Rudolph, I don't have a choice because the country is bigger than you. And I'm all about the country. You have to make a choice. You got to go. I'm sorry. I don't hate on Rudolph. I hope he does really well. But he's messing up my pleasure. People, Rudolph have messed up my pleasure. My pleasure is seeing Jamaica win. And the youth team them now win. So if Rudolph have messed with my fun, me have to call out Rudolph. I can't be a hypocrite. All right. So anyway, let me finish the program by saying this. First of all, thanks for being here. I appreciate you being here. I hope you have a brilliant, brilliant evening. As I said before, I will do another show this week because, my program say I come on 6 p.m. every day. I change that. But I will do another show this week, but it's going to be more social than sports. I do want to talk about the Jamaica's reliance on the U.S. And I do want to talk about, aren't people concerned that Jamaica is not building up any really industries of the future that are sustainable to allow the country to thrive. That can't be good, people. So we need to have those discussions. All right? So thanks for being here. I appreciate you being here. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Peace out. Kranky life is the best to be now. For the best sports talk and it's free, yo. Kranky life will be your guiding light by keeping you informed both day and night. Kranky life, tell them. Kranky life, heed them. Kranky life, want them. Kranky life. From the courts to the field, we'll never lose because Kranky has the hottest news. With expert analysis, we break it down. Our in-depth coverage is best in town. Kranky life, tell them. Kranky life, heed them. Kranky life, want them. Kranky life. Kranky life where the sports is spicy and where we keep the discussion lively. Kranky life, get to know the name because Kranky analysis is never lame. Kranky life, give me my Kranky life. I want my Kranky life. Must have my Kranky life. Whether it's football or track and field, you know Kranky is at the wheel. So join the journey through victory and defeat and subscribe and don't miss a beat of Kranky life. Tell them, Kranky life. Heed them, Kranky life. Want them, Kranky life. If you're from England or USA, from Kingston or Bombay, from Kenya or Canada, Lagos or Havana, visit Kranky Live. Tune into Kranky Live. Like up Kranky Live. Subscribe to Kranky Live. Kranky Live coming to you on weekdays. Kranky Live sometimes on Sundays. Pull up a chair and take a seat because Kranky will always bring the heat. Kranky Live. Me say fi tell them Kranky life. Me say fi heed them Kranky life. On them Kranky life. Kranky life will be around. Kranky life is the best in town. Me say fi heed them. Me say fi want them. Me say fi heed them. Want them, heed them, want them. Kranky life. Kranky life. Heed them. Want them. Heed them. Want them, Kranky life. Kranky life. Heed them, want them, heed them, want them, heed them, want them. Kranky life. Kranky life. Kranky. Heed them, want them, heed them, want them, heed them.